and welcome to the 75th annual Nisei Week Grand Parade. We're here live on the Little Tokyo streets, UTB 18.2. This is the 75th anniversary, and today you are witnessing the biggest event of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival. My name is Helen Ota, and I'm returning as your host today, and I'm thrilled to be back. Now, as I said, this is the 75th anniversary, so we've got great visitors for the parade, as well as VIPs from Hawaii and San Francisco, royalty, and of course the very special Nebuta float all the way from Aomori, Japan. We also have a familiar face. Erica Mariko Olsen is returning as our reporter on the street. Erica, how's everything going on your end?
All right, everything's going just great over here, Helen. We are preparing for the LAPD to do their street sweep. They're going to be going crazy on their bicycles, sweeping all across. We're going to have to move over to the side for safety. And so we're here in the heart of Little Tokyo on 2nd Street. For those of you who are not familiar with downtown LA, we highly recommend you come out and check out Little Tokyo. It is one of only 3 Japantowns left in the United States. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you very much. And Erica is actually a former Nisei Week queen, and so she's going to be, of course, reporting on the street live for us and bringing in a little bit of what she has remembered as a participant in the past, and of course enjoying the parade right in the midst of it all. Of course, we mentioned that this is the 75th anniversary, and we're looking at a long history of a tradition that has been happening throughout over the years, and it's a legacy that we hope to continue for many years to come. I see that the LAPD is making their way down to do their sweep of the street. The parade is going to be beginning, and of course this is our pre-show, so we're very, very excited to be sharing this part of the parade with you. LAPD making their sweep. And as I mentioned, we are celebrating 75 years of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival. For those of you who aren't familiar, Nisei Week started in 1934 in the midst of the Great Depression. And when the Nisei started this wonderful tradition, it was in the hopes of really bringing businesses to Little Tokyo, or actually people to Little Tokyo. And in 1935, we crowned our very first Nisei Week Queen, Alice Watanabe. Of course, during World War II, we did not have any Nisei Week. Japanese Americans were rounded up and incarcerated in America's internment camps. And in 1945 and 1945, when the Japanese Americans returned, 1949 was when we started up again. And I have some very special guests with me today as the LAPD make their way. 2 very beautiful women, as you may have noticed. Miss Faith Higurashi Ono, 1959 Nisei Week Queen, and and of course Ms. Tamlin Tomita, 1984 Nisei Week Queen. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
I believe we're going to be competing with the noise here.
We'll be able to
Let's just take a moment to let them go.
They look like boys playing motorcycles.
Yes,
motorcycle
indeed, they
clubs,
do.
Right? But they're having so much fun.
They are having a great time.
They're having a ball. And
Well,
now they're coming all together.
Yes. Now, as I mentioned, we are celebrating 75 years, and the 2 of you have continued to participate over the years.
Yes.
And I'm sure you've seen many things happen over those years. What have you seen that has remained the same over those years?
The parade. and the parade gets better and better each year, and we have more contributions from the whole community.
I think he was emphasizing, he goes, yes, community. LAPD is community. LAPD is here. Oh, another fancy move.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you guys are getting front row seats right here.
Absolutely, it's a show.
This is very exciting.
It is a show. And everybody knows that Terry Hara, our president of Nisei Week Foundation, was once the leader of the LAPD motor pool, which is one of his most favorite accomplishments. He wears it as a true badge of honor.
That's right, Tamlin. And actually, he will be joining me later as my co-host. So he'll be riding the parade
He's
as
a very
Nisei Week
busy
Foundation
man.
president,
He
and then
certainly
joining
is.
me here.
Yeah.
And so we're very excited. So any other thing that you've noticed that has remained the same, Tamlin?
I think what remains the same is the community spirit. And I know that sounds very, very cliche, but Nisei Week wouldn't happen without a board of people and volunteers, and the many volunteers who always remain nameless because they're people who just want to help, you know, do whatever they can in helping us put up this festival. And the many, very many sponsors and organizations who put corporate money and private money as well into the Nisei Week Festival. That's what the main constant is, because this is a non-profit organization.
Right.
We don't get rich from doing it, but we have a lot of fun in putting it on.
Exactly, and I'm glad you pointed that out.
One of our really unsung heroes is Joyce Chin of the Nisei Week office.
Yes, yes.
She has been behind the scenes all the time and working 100%, and she's one of our #1 foremost volunteers
Yes, absolutely.
for many, many years.
Yes.
That's right. And that's a great point you bring up, Faith. There are many volunteers, much like Joyce. Joyce, of course, being the hardest working volunteer for Nisei Week, but hundreds of volunteers, as Tamlin mentioned, who go unnamed and do whatever they can to make sure this festival happens.
They just want to do something and help this festival become really super awesome.
Yes.
Right, and look.
Once again.
Our fabulous noise.
Well, this is live TV, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
So thank you for rolling with the punches with me. If anything, is there anything that you want to share of the differences, some of the changes that you've seen that have been really wonderful for Nisei Week?
Well, it's much more international, and we get a lot more coverage. The girls go to Japan, and they go to Hawaii, and they go to Seattle, and they go to San Francisco, which is a great attribute, and we have a goodwill relationship with all of them.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, actually, speaking of former court members, why don't we go back to Erica Olson, who I believe has a special guest with her.
That's right, Helen. I am here with our parade marshal, Mr. Kenny Endo. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
And can you tell us a little bit about, your experience with Nisei Week? Is this your first time?
Oh no, I grew up in Los Angeles, so I experienced Nisei Week as a child. I've actually been in the parade as a taiko player several times in the past as well.
That is amazing. Could you maybe give us a message for the younger viewers, for the youth of our generation? How would you recommend they got into taiko if they were interested?
Well, now there's a huge opportunity to play taiko. There's probably 200 to 250 taiko groups throughout the United States. When I was growing up, there was no taiko other than very traditional things. But now there are taiko groups almost in every city and every state. So there is definitely an opportunity if people have the interest.
Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you very much for your time, Kenny. Congratulations on being our Grand Parade Marshal. And back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Yes, congratulations to Kenny Endo, and especially to his 40th anniversary, celebrating 40 years of performing taiko. What a wonderful, wonderful performer, and we're so proud to have him as our parade marshal. As I mentioned, the history of Nisei Week, really a lot of this could not happen without the hundreds of volunteers who are here to make sure the festival and the parade happens year after year. And it is through their tireless efforts and hard work that this legacy continues. So even though we're celebrating 75 years of Nisei Week, we're hoping to celebrate for many, many years to come, 75 years and beyond from now. And that can only be done because we have younger generation who are helping, as well as returning Nisei Week Queen and court members who volunteer year after year, giving back not only to Nisei Week, but to our community. As you can tell, we are still listening to the LAPD making their way through the streets of Little Tokyo. And as we are live, we are so excited. Once again, we'll have VIPs from all over Southern California. We have visiting royalty from Hawaii and San Francisco, as well as Miss Chinatown from here in Los Angeles. We'll be seeing the newly crowned 2015 Nisei Week Queen and her court. And last night, Queen Sarah Hutter was crowned. And First Princess, we had Veronica Ota, as well as Miss Tomodachi Karen Mizoguchi. We're so proud of these young women who will be representing not only the Japanese American community and Nisei Week, but really the Southern California Japanese American community as they travel throughout Japan, Hawaii, and San Francisco. So I believe we are looking at the colors of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival, and it may be the Nisei Week Festival marching band right behind them. And this year we have the marching band and odori dancers that have partnered in participation by the Nisei Week Foundation, KDI Music, Japanese American National Museum, Centenary UMC, and the Disneyland Alumni Club. The musical director is Dave Yamamoto. Musical advisors are Ted Yamada and Richard Farron. The participating community odori groups are Venice Hongwanji, Terminal Islanders, Furusato Club, Orange County Buddhist Church, Norwalk Southeast Japanese School and Community Center, Hikari Taiko, Centenary UMC, and the many individuals comprising of various Southern California groups. So as you can see, the band is behind actually that's the Koyasan Boy Scout Troop 379. Koyasan is located here in Little Tokyo on 1st Street. And there you are getting a glimpse of our Nisei Week Festival marching band and odori dancers. They are actually going to be playing and dancing to 1+1, a very popular Ondo dance, but that we'll be doing, of course, at closing ceremony. Once again, you're looking at the Nisei Week Japanese Festival flags, opening up our parade with the Koyasan Troop 379. And following them will be the wonderful Nisei Week Festival Marching Band. Actually, for those of you who may not know, Ted Yamada is one of the committee chairs involved with Nisei Week Festival. As we mentioned, there are hundreds of volunteers who do this, giving their heart and soul to make sure that the festival happens year after year. And as I look at the dancers making their way down Nisei Week's Little Tokyo, or actually downtown Los Angeles' Little Tokyo, it really fills my heart seeing all of these wonderful volunteers and dancers coming down the street. It is such a great tradition, and as I mentioned, the legacy continues for Nisei Week. 75 years strong, 75 years from now, 100 years from now, thanks to the many hardworking volunteers who have helped make this happen. As I mentioned, Nisei Week has changed and evolved over the years, and much of that is because of the younger generation who has helped participate by becoming board members or chairs of committees to make sure various parts of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival are up and running. Not only do we have the parade, we have the daily foods gyoza eating championship. We of course have our closing ceremony and Ondo that happens on Sunday. We've got Nisei Week activities on JACCC's Plaza, as well as the Japanese American National Museum. We also have the wonderful Tanabata Festival that happens the very first weekend. Again, we're proud to be able to have this festival happen. It's one of the longest ethnic festivals that have been running in the nation, and we are so proud to be a part of this wonderful tradition. Once again, you're looking at the Odori dancers who are performing with the Nisei Week Festival Marching Band. And the music you're hearing, the band playing, is 1+1, a very, very popular Ondo dance at various obons in Southern California. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome officially to the 75th Annual Nisei Week Grand Parade. Earlier we had our pre-show. This is the actual opening of our parade. Welcome. And my name is Helen Ota. I'll be your host. Joining me later will be Nisei Week Foundation President Terry Hara, who will be my co-host. Our reporter on the street, who will be in the midst of everything there. Once again, welcome back to the 75th Annual Nisei Week Grand Parade here in Little Tokyo. We're live in Little Tokyo on UTB 18.2. My name is Helen Ota, and I'm very happy to be returning as your host again this year. Of course, co-host joining me later. And later on, we'll hear from Erica Mariko Olsen, our reporter on the street. All right. One of us, and though you cannot +1. As I mentioned earlier, it's the popular Ondo dance that happens at our closing ceremony, as well as many obons throughout Southern California, whether it's Nishi Temple, Higashi Temple, Gardena Temple, the Valley, Oxnard. We're so happy to see our dancers dancing 1+1. And of course, all of these dancers are from everywhere, from Norwalk to Orange County, Centenary United Methodist Church, the Terminal Islanders Furusato Club, Norwalk, Southeast Japan. Have them here, and again in the background you can hear our Nisei Week Festival Marching Band, directed by Dave Yamamoto. Musical advisors are Ted Yamada and Richard Farron. They sound great, they look great, and I love that they're actually dancing as they're playing. Now they're comes together to make sure Nisei all the volunteers, people who just want to participate in Nisei Week and really make Nisei Week a great tradition for years to come. You may notice that on the drummers, there's a fan of Aki the Akita. He's our Japanese Festival's mascot, creator of that Aki the Akita, our mascot, who will be honored this year at the Nisei Week Japanese Festival Awards Dinner. As you all ages, all walks of life. And it even looks like they're doing a little bit of the actual dance of 1+1. Let's take a listen to them a little bit as they make their way down 2nd Street. I believe we may be hearing from Erica very shortly. Erica, I don't know if you can hear me. If you can, what are you doing over there?
Well, Helen, I don't know if you can hear me right now, but I'm here with this year's Nisei Week Foundation President, Mr. Terry Hara. How are you doing, Terry?
Good, Erica. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Now, I understand that this is not your first year as Nisei Week President. Is that correct?
This is my second. I was president in 2009. And back then it was wonderful, but this year is even a more special year because it's our 75th anniversary. It's a community spirit where everybody can come together, enjoy each other's culture, and enjoy the festivities. Just like today, Nisei Week and the Grand Parade. Look all around, thousands of people here to enjoy the Japanese and Japanese American culture.
What is the one thing that you would most like to share with somebody who's maybe not a Japanese American?
I would like to share that no matter what diversity, what culture, what background you have, the Japanese American culture embraces diversity and everybody to come out and enjoy and experience what Little Tokyo has to offer. It's an exciting time for this community, exciting time for the people. It's something for everybody to enjoy.
And maybe do you have one quick word of inspiration for the youth out there?
The youth is never give up, always think of the past, because it's the past that has paved the way for the future.
Well, thank you so much, Terry, and I see you have your lovely wife here with you as well.
Gail has joined me today.
All right, well, thank you so much, and we're going to bring it on back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Now, Terry Hara, of course, is our foundation president, and he will be my co-host later this afternoon as he makes his way through the parade route. He'll be joining me and co-hosting with me as well. Terry Hara, of course, is the Nisei Week Foundation president for this year, and as Erica mentioned, this is the second year. Retired from the Los Angeles Police Department after 35 years of distinguished service. Terry was the highest-ranking Asian American on the Los Angeles Police Department and the first to achieve the rank of Chief Officer. Terry retired as Deputy Chief of LAPD earlier this year, and he continues to serve as an inspiration for many of us here in the community. Again, Terry is wearing 5th anniversary, and on the back of that wonderful hoppy coat, you may notice later again, is our Aki, the Akita Ran, a very popular mascot here with the Nisei Week, and we'll be seeing him, of course, later on. Coming up after Terry, of course, is another group of heroes all of us respect and admire. And it is, of course, the 100th 442nd Veterans Association leading the parade. The Nisei Week Parade are the colors of the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, the 100th Battalion, and the 552nd Field Artillery Battalion of World War II. You'll have to excuse me if I get a little emotional, but these gentlemen, of course, mean the world to our community. They led the parade since 1962. And they are comprised of Japanese Americans who fought in World War II. The original volunteers of the 100th Battalion from Hawaii, while the 442nd Regimental Combat Team was formed by men from the internment camps, the mainland states, and Hawaii. In 7 major campaigns fought in Europe, the 10442nd suffered a 314% casualty rate and received over 18,000 individual decorations, including 21 Medals of Honor. This is the Army's most decorated unit for its size and length of service. Their motto, "Go for broke," comes from Hawaiian slang term meaning shoot the works, risk everything, or all or nothing. Now, I believe we have Erica, who is standing by with one of my heroes. Erica, who are you with right now?
I am here right now with Mr. Hershey Miyamura. How are you doing today, sir?
Just fine.
It is such an honor to have you here at the parade with us. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience serving our country?
Oh, it's a long story, but I'm just happy and honored to be here to be able to take part in the Nisei Week. It's such an honor, and I look forward to coming. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have maybe one word of inspiration for the youth watching?
Do I have one?
A word of inspiration for any of the younger generation?
Well, I would suggest that all students that are of grade school age to tell the teachers they want to know more about American history and about the sacrifices that the soldiers have made defending this country. And that's why we say that freedom is not free.
That's right. Well,
so many lives have paid for our freedom.
That's right. Well, thank you so much. Again, it is such an honor to have you here today.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. For those of you who may not remember, Hershey Miyamura was our 2014 Nisei Week Grand Parade. To have him here twice, year after year, is such an honor. Now, behind him were the Korean War veterans, the Japanese-American veterans of the Korean War. And again, earlier, we mentioned Hershey Miyamura is a Medal of Honor recipient. Over 250 Japanese-Americans gave their lives in the Korean War. Let's take a moment to salute our Japanese-American Korean War veterans as they make their way down Little Tokyo. Truly heroes in our community. Now, following our Korean War group is the Nisei Veterans Coordinating Council, made up of Nisei veteran organizations within Los Angeles and Orange County. And immediately following them is our final group of veterans representing the Japanese-American Vietnam and Vietnam-era veterans. 2 Japanese Americans were posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor for their bravery in Vietnam. Over 115 Japanese Americans gave their lives in Vietnam. More than 1,200 Japanese Americans have made the ultimate sacrifice in all of America's wars, and these veterans march today in their honor. It looks like we may be going back to Erica. Erica, who do you have with you?
You are.
Well, can you introduce yourself to us, please?
My name is Ken Hayashi.
All right, well, Mr. Hayashi, can you tell us a little bit about your past with Nisei Week? I believe that you're a well-known volunteer and community activist here.
Someone who doesn't know how to say no, but I had 2 daughters that participated in the Nisei Week courts, and they were treated so nicely that we joined the hospitality committee. And then about 10, 15 years ago, we...
Oh, you've got some
My
fun.
family, yeah.
Well, it looks like your group is walking off without you, so I better let you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Ken Hayashi is another pillar of our community. I'm so proud and honored to have the privilege of knowing him and working with him and knowing his 2 daughters and his beautiful wife and actually his hardworking son, who's the chair of the Daily Foods Gyoza Eating Championship. Of course, the Hayashi family are great volunteers of Nisei Week and another great example of the many families who continue to give back to our community and making sure that Nisei Week continues for years to come. And I believe we have coming up Bando Mitsuhiro, the 2015 Nisei Week Parade Ondo choreographer and Los Angeles Bando Ryu, making their way down. As I mentioned, volunteers help make this happen, and we can't thank them enough for dedicating hours and hours of their tireless efforts and hard work in making sure Nisei Week happens. I do have to say one thing. I didn't get a chance to thank, of course, Tamlin Tomita and Faith Higurashi Ono for joining me earlier in the pre-show. Talk about 2 women who are constant inspirations for so many of us. Thank you to them for joining us earlier and taking the time before they actually are in the parade later on today. So we'll see them again. You are now looking at, once again, the 2015 Nisei Week Parade Ondo choreographer and Los Angeles Bando Ryu. Los Angeles Bando Ryu is leading the parade. The choreographer this year's dance, of course, is Bando Hidosomi. The Bando School of Japanese Classical Dance is headquartered in Tokyo, Japan, and was established there at the start of the 1800s. There are branch studios in the U.S., including here in Los Angeles, the first of which was opened in the 1940s. A former Nisei Week Festival Parade Marshal many years ago was a former headmaster of the Bando School in Tokyo, the late Bando Mitsugoro, and his son, the late Bando Mitsugoro X, famed kabuki actor. It looks like we'll be heading into commercial, so we'll be seeing you after a few messages, and enjoy the beautiful images of the parade.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Daily Foods, the gateway to Little Tokyo, Japanese Village Plaza.
The freshest vegetables and rich meats. A match made in heaven. Wrapped together in a traditional white dress. Just heat and enjoy pan-fried or in healthy soups. True Asian food you can taste. Still go out? Gyoza from Daily Foods.
Japanese Village Plaza was recently renovated and is now a gateway to Little Tokyo for both local residents and tourists. As you enter the plaza, the landmark Yagura Fire Tower begins your journey past unique dining and shopping locations. The plaza features live entertainment Fridays and Saturdays on the main stage. Experience Japanese Village Plaza and create lasting memories that are sure to bring you back. For more details, visit www.japanesevillageplaza.net. We hope to see you soon.
Hi, my name is James here from Cafe Dulce, and every year we really look forward to Nisei Week here in Little Tokyo because it's really a celebration of custom, tradition, and culture. We love sharing in all of the food, drink, and lots of good vibes, so we hope to see a lot of you come out. Thank you.
こんにちは、寿司エンドテリでございます。7年間値上げをしていない安くて美味しいお弁当がおすすめです。皆様のご来店をお待ち申し上げております。どうぞいらっしゃいませ。
焼きたてのパンと手作りケーキの店、山崎です。
あんパン、メロンパンが大好評。心を込めて美味しさと真心を提供しています。ご来店お待ちしています。
Hi, welcome to Mitsuru Cafe. We have been in Little Tokyo for 45 years. We are famous for our imagawa yaki. Please come in and try it.
Freshest, succulent orange meets tender breast meat chicken. Together, it becomes a perfect complement. True Asian food you can taste. Still go out? Orange chicken from Daily Foods.
Welcome back once again, everybody, to the live broadcast on UTB 18.2 at the 75th Annual Nisei Week Grand Parade. You are now looking at Los Angeles Bando-ryu under the direction of Bando Hidesomi. For those of you who may not know, actually, Bando Hidesomi was the choreographer not only for Nisei Week this year, but also the Coronation Japanese dance. She worked with the 2015 Nisei Week candidates who are now our Nisei Week court. And it was such a pleasure to see her beautiful choreography, not only here on the parade route, but last night at Coronation. What a wonderful, generous, and beautiful person she is, and we can't thank her enough for participating in Nisei Week, not only as the official parade choreographer, but also in last night's Coronation Japanese dance. What a lovely, lovely woman. Once again, you are looking at Los Angeles Bando-ryu. Currently comprising the LA Bando Ryu group are 4 studios. Students of Bando Mitsusa Kai of Los Angeles and San Jose, which was headed by Madame Mitsusa Bando until her passing last year. Students of Bando Mitsuhiro Kai, and 2 studios established by proteges of Madame Mitsuhiro. Bando Hidesomi Nihonbuyo class under the direction of Bando Hidesomi. Mai no Kai Japanese Dance Studio under the direction of 3 teachers, Bando Hirosuzu, Bando Kohiro, and Bando Hiromiya. So, in error, I'm sorry, I mentioned that the Los Angeles Bando Ryu was under the direction of Bando Hidesomi. My apologies. Actually, we have many schools under this LA Bando Ryu group. And last night, Bando Hidesomi was the choreographer for the Coronation Japanese Dance section for our 2015 Nisei Week Queen candidates. Let's take a moment to look at our dancers as they make their way once again down 2nd Street. The images you're looking at right now are a couple of dancers from last night's coronation. All right, and coming up behind them, we have the Honorable Jose Huizar, Los Angeles City Council Member, 14th District. He is an American elected official here in California and a member of, again, the Los Angeles City Council representing District 14. That includes Little Tokyo. He's there with his beautiful family as they make their way down 2nd Street. We can't thank Councilmember Huizar enough for his support of Little Tokyo. Huizar was elected on November 8th, 2005 in a special election to fill the seat vacated by then new mayor of Los Angeles, Antonio Villaraigosa. He was re-elected to a full 4-year term in 2007 and again in 2011. In 2015, he was re-elected, but to 5.5 years due to the passage of Charter Amendments 1 and 2. The amendments will change elections in the city of LA. And it looks like we have Erica, who is standing by with a very special guest, Consul General of Japan.
That's right. I'm here with the Consul General of Japan, Harry H. Horinouchi. How are you doing today?
Well, very great, and it's really a great parade. And
is this the first parade you've ever been in?
Oh no, last year. So the last year was my first time, and after a year, this is my second.
And how does it compare between the 2 years?
Well, every year it's great, but this year it's very special because of this Nisei Week is the 75th anniversary. That's the diamond anniversary. And for the Consulate General, it's the 100-year anniversary. So one centenary anniversary for us, and 75, and actually 81 years, but the 75th Nisei Week Festival. And then so this after this parade, there is a Nebuta. And so I'm really excited to have this parade. Yes.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for honoring us with your presence, and your lovely wife as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you very much. And of course, we can't thank Consul General and his beautiful wife, Madame Sabine Horinouchi, for joining us today. Their 2nd year, and we are so proud to have them participate. They've been great supporters, of course, of Nisei Week and our Little Tokyo community. Following them, we have the Honorable Masamichi Tamiya, Vice Mayor, City of Nagoya, and Teruko Weinberg, Chairperson of the Los Angeles Nagoya Sister City Association, making their way down. The cities of Los Angeles and Nagoya became sister cities in 1959, the first such relationship for each city under the stimulus of President Eisenhower's People-to-People program. Following them, we've got the Honorable Miguel Santiago. Miguel Santiago was elected in November 2014 to represent California's 53rd Assembly District. And also making her way down is the Honorable Hilda Solis, Los Angeles County Supervisor, 1st District. And following her is one of our good friends, Supervisor Michael Antonovich of the 5th District. On the monitor, of course, you are seeing Hilda Solis, County Supervisor of the 1st District, which covers actually Little Tokyo. We welcome her. I believe this is her first Nisei Week Parade. As I mentioned earlier, we had the Honorable Michael Antonovich, Los Angeles County Supervisor, 5th District, great supporter of Nisei Week, and the Japanese American community. We can't thank him enough for coming out year after year, supporting not only Little Tokyo, but of course the Nisei Week Japanese Festival. All right, and I believe we have our Grand Marshal, Roy Yamaguchi, with Erica. Erica, who do you have with you? Is it Roy Yamaguchi?
It is. It is, in fact, the Roy Yamaguchi, right here in person, in the flesh, in this convertible vehicle. So, Roy, can you, first of all, thank you for being here, and can you tell us a little bit maybe about your history of what inspired you to open a restaurant?
Well, to be honest with you, what really inspired me was I took home ec in high school to meet girls when I was 16 years old, and the rest is history.
All right, so listen up, kids. Take home ec. Any other words of inspiration you can give the youth?
Oh, you know what? You got to work hard, put in your time, and you can reach whatever goal you like to receive. So yeah, it's just put hard work. That's the main thing.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, Roy. It was fantastic, and have a great rest of the festival.
I will. It's my first festival, and I just happen to be the Grand Marshal, so it's a fun time.
All right, well, you got the best slot right away. All right, well, back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Now, Chef Roy Yamaguchi was actually a judge last night, and I know he had a great time and a hard time judging the Nisei Week coronation. Now, following him, we have the baby pageant winners. Let's take a moment to look at our winners of the baby pageant, and this, of course, was led by Committee Chair Corey Estes. He does a great job year after year, and another great example of a young generation, the younger generation taking on the committee. And before me, we have the 2015 Nisei Week Queen and Court, newly crowned last night. We have Queen Sarah Kuniko Hutter, First Princess Veronica Toyomi Ota, Miss Tomodachi Karen Nana Mizoguchi, Princess Michelle Kaori Hanabusa, Princess Kelsey Nakaji Kwong, Princess Cameron Michiko Rie Sugita, Princess Tamara Mieko Teragawa, and all of them will be our ambassadors representing not only Nisei Week, but the Japanese American community, the Southern California Japanese American community. And now it looks like we have a trolley of our former Nisei Week Queens following our 2015 Nisei Week Queen and Court. As you can see, these are the past queens from 1960 to the present. And as you can see, many of them are my friends. I have to say that I've had the pleasure of being involved with Nisei Week since 1989. And in 1999, I was able to work with all of the courts to the present, including the 2015 Nisei Week Queen and Court. And it's been such an honor to participate in a program that not only carries on a tradition, but helps develop these young women to give back to the community and be our community leaders. And now we have the distinguished Nisei Week Queens from the 1940s, 1950s, and 1960s. Our beautiful queens from the past. And there you see Ms. Faith Higurashi Ono once again. Thank you, Faith, for coming out and being on our pre-show. What's wonderful about seeing our former queens from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, as well as the 1960s to the present, is they continue to give back. But even more importantly, it's not just the queens that have come back and given back to the community. It's the entire Nisei Week Court that has done the same, especially in most recent years. We've seen 2 former court members become Nisei Week Foundation presidents in 2006 and in 2008. And I think that says a lot about a program that carries on a tradition and makes sure that the legacy continues for the Nisei Week Japanese Festival. Again, we're celebrating 75 years, and we hope to continue to celebrate for many, many years to come. Not just 75 years from now, but hundreds and hundred years from now. And I think that can happen because we've got so many young people involved, and I believe as long as they continue that tradition, we will definitely continue to see Nisei Week continue for many, many years to come. Now, I believe you may be hearing in the background the San Fernando Valley Japanese Community Center's Meiji Dance Club. And earlier we heard from Ms. Tamlin Tomita. She wasn't in the float because she's actually dancing in the parade right now with the San Fernando Valley Japanese Community Center Meiji Dance Club. This group was formed in 1999 by Sensei Masako Rodriguez. In its inception, the club started out as a class to promote the continuing interest in our cultural heritage. And as we take a look at them, we'll be going to a commercial break shortly. And as we do, we'll see you back after a few messages. Once again, this is the San Fernando Valley Japanese Community Center Meiji Dance Club performing in the Nisei Week Japanese Festival Parade, the 70th anniversary. A great tradition, not only here in Little Tokyo, but in our Japanese American community. As I mentioned earlier, Ms. Tamlin Tomita is dancing here, and we will be breaking to commercial. We'll see you back after a few messages.
The freshest vegetables and rich meats. A match made in heaven. Wrapped together in a traditional white dress. Just heat and enjoy pan-fried or in healthy soups. True Asian food you can taste. Still go out? Gyoza from Daily Foods. Freshest succulent orange meets tender breast meat chicken. Together, it becomes a perfect complement. True Asian food you can taste. Still go out? Orange chicken from Daily Foods.
This portion of the program was brought to you by the Gateway to Little Tokyo Japanese Village Plaza, Daily Foods,
Japanese Barbecue Yamaya in Torrance. Washugyu beef from our own pastures guarantee you an unforgettable flavor. Don't forget to try our seasoned cod roe. Check us out on Yelp. Yamaya in Torrance.
星の数だけ夢がある。そう教えられた子供部屋。好きなことに夢中になった自分だけの部屋。夢を実現させるオフィス。家族と過ごす温かいマイホーム。かけがえのない空間との出会いを演出する。
それが私たちパーソン不動産です。人と人との絆を大切に。
南下製麺の革シリーズ、1905年以来独自の製法を続けてまいりました。ワンタン、餃子、そしてエッグロールと種類も豊富な革シリーズ。美味しさを包んでいただきます。お求めはお近くのマーケットで。
Two teams will travel over the rough terrain. The first one to arrive will be deemed the winner.
Hey, hold on a sec.
Off to a rough start?
Don't be so sure of yourself.
You sure this thing's working?
You guys lost?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, you're lost. Where are you headed?
So, we ready to go?
We are ready to go. So we'll see you back down there, all right?
See your local authorized Alpine dealer to get restyled today.
焼きのこだわり。紀州備長炭使用。ぶれないうまさ。鳥松。
Welcome back once again to the live broadcast on UTB 18.2, the 75th here in Little Tokyo. And guess what? Next to me is my favorite co-host, Nisei Week Foundation President this year, Terry Hara. Welcome, Terry Hara.
Hi, Helen. How are you?
I'm so glad you're here.
Oh,
How
so
was the parade?
The parade was just fabulous. It was so much fun. I was with my wife, Gail, and we're riding through the streets, and there is, I believe, more people this year than previous years.
I'm not surprised. This is, after all, the 75th anniversary, and we've been talking about how this great tradition has continued, and this is the 75th, but we're actually celebrating that this legacy will continue for many, many years to come, beyond 75 years from now. What do you think, Terry?
Absolutely. And it's the community spirit that comes together year after year after year, where people come together and enjoy each other's communion, doing activities together, and special community events. That's the community spirit that we have in Nisei Week. And our 75th year is no different, and we are looking for another 75 years in the future.
That's right. Well, Terry, congratulations on a great kickoff. The 75th Nisei Week Japanese Festival is a big hit, and I know we still have another weekend after this parade, so we're looking forward to continuing the celebration all the way through next Sunday.
That's right, Helen. And Nisei Week is a 9-day festival, but yes, as she mentioned, it continues. For our closing ceremony on August 23rd, on First Street, we will have the closing ceremony with hundreds of dancers, probably even a couple thousand just spectators, to join in a community dance in the streets of Little Tokyo on First Street.
That's right. Well, I know last night we had a great time at the coronation, where we saw the 2015 Nisei Week Queen being crowned, Sarah Kuniko Hutter, and her court. And Terry, you were there. What did you think?
Yeah, it was a very, very special program, the coronation program and the crowning of our new queen and court. In fact, Helen, probably she didn't mention, but she and I both performed on stage to the community, and it was just a wonderful experience. We had a wonderful time, and
yes,
even the rehearsals and everything that went into putting together a program. But the program was for the community, the community to enjoy, and for us to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival.
That's right, and we can't thank Leslie Kawai and her daughter Tara Kawai Daniels for doing such a fabulous job in choreographing that number. Now, Terry, as you can see in our monitor, it looks like we have the Nisei Week General Public Ondo Dancers. Now, this group is dancers made up of people from diverse communities, and for the past month, they learned the parade dances. I love this. They look beautiful, don't they?
Oh, look at the beautiful colors in the kimono, and they're all in sync, and with the years and years of the traditional of the Japanese dancing. I will say that I may not be as good, but I enjoy dancing and joining in the Ondo every year.
Yes, Terry, actually, I have to say you've become a pro. I've seen you dance from the beginning up until most recently, and you are spot on.
Oh my gosh, Helen, my head's going to explode with compliments.
Oh my goodness. Well, Terry, as we take a look at these dancers, I'm reminded again of how fortunate we are. I mentioned earlier that there are hundreds of volunteers that make Nisei Week happen, from coronation to the parade to awards dinner, pioneer luncheon, to the gyoza eating contest, to things that are happening at the museum and at JACCC. We are so fortunate that we're able to get this festival up on its feet year after year with these dedicated volunteers. What do you think of that?
It is amazing, the time and effort for people to come out. Everybody's busy, and they choose to come out and help and be a part of something that is just wonderful, to be part of a much larger community event, much larger community spirit. Today, like any other day, is a day that we can celebrate together as a family and enjoy each other's culture, the Japanese and Japanese-American culture.
That's right, Terry. And as you mentioned, community. Our community goes beyond LA. It goes beyond Southern California. It goes all the way to Hawaii. Who do we have here, Terry? It looks like the Honolulu Japanese Chamber, Japanese Junior Chamber of Commerce, Cherry Blossom Festival Queen and Court. Who do we have here?
Oh, we have from Honolulu, Kimberly Takata as Queen, Rosalie Chinin as the first princess, Heather Miura as Miss Popularity, and Jessica Kaneshiro Princess, Selena Kwok as Princess, on the float from the Doubletree by Hilton.
Beautiful, and I know that the hospitality they receive here in Los Angeles is reciprocated when the Nisei Week Queen and Court go straight to Hawaii early in March of next year, and they celebrate the Cherry Blossom Festival there. Now, I know that our next guest that is coming down the line had a hard job last night when she was judging the coronation. Erica, I believe you have a special guest with you. Who could that be?
Well, here we have the president of JBA, Miss Yuko Kaifu.
JBA Foundation president.
Oh, JBA Foundation president.
Right, gomenasai.
And so how many years have you been involved with Nisei Week?
For 15 years or
15
so.
years.
Right.
Wow. Well,
wherever I work, I'm always involved in Nisei Week.
That's amazing. So we're on our 75th Nisei Week. So you've been involved since the 60th?
Yes, I guess so. I can't even remember, but since 2002. So it's like a little bit less than 15 years, but I've been involved.
That is just amazing.
Always fantastic.
What's your best memory of Nisei Week so far?
Well, I've been on the board of Nisei Week, so the best part is really building up on the team spirit and working with others from different backgrounds, and it's been always a good memory every year.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful queens, princesses, very intelligent and very nice groups every year.
All right.
You should be proud.
Oh, very proud. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you.
And we're going to send it back to Helen.
Okay. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Yuko. Thank you, Yuko, once again for being our judge last night. Now, Terry, I see some guests from Japan that are making their way down the parade route. Who are they?
Well, they're the Pure 02 delegation, Kazuhiko Fuji and Miki Fuji, the father and daughter, as well as Matsune Wakai and Masayoshi Suzuki. After the war, the Japanese Americans returning from camps moved into areas surrounding the downtown area, and by the 1950s, many of the Japanese Americans established homes nearby. In 1959, a symbolic new ties with Japan, the city of LA entered into a sister city relationship with Nagoya, leading to the formation of the Nagoya Sister City Association is Lanska.
You know what, Terry? The Pure 02 group has had a long-standing relationship with Nisei Week and the Little Tokyo Business Association, and I think we can't say it enough to them. Thank you so much for their support.
Year after year, they come out to join our parade in support of our festivities, and we also end up visiting Nagoya as well with the court on an annual basis.
That's right. Now, I believe behind them is Council Member Gary Yamauchi. You'll probably see them on the screen just a moment. Council Member of the 3rd District of the City of Alhambra.
And Gary has served the City Council for 12 years, and his passion for the Japanese-American World War II veterans led him to be instrumental in having the city's Alhambra Rose Parade float entry this year to be a replica of the Veterans Monument that is located right here in Little Tokyo.
Did you see that float, Terry?
Oh, it was just
Wasn't it beautiful?
with the veterans riding on the float as well.
And that was so touching and very meaningful for many of us here in the community. Now we have the Honorable Vice Mayor Gene Masuda from the city of Pasadena. He's the first Asian American elected to the City Council in Pasadena's 129-year history. Today he's riding with his wife Joanne, former Nisei Week Queen of 1967, and their son Darren. The Masudas thank all of you for coming to enjoy the celebration of our Japanese cultural heritage.
And following the Vice Mayor is the Honorable Jack Tanaka, Council Member of the City of Diamond Bar. Jack Tanaka was first elected to the Diamond Bar City Council in June of 2005 and served as mayor in 2008 and 2013. We welcome Jack Tanaka to the Nisei Week Japanese Festival.
You know what, Terry? I'm always impressed with the number of people who not only come to see the parade, but also participate in this parade. We have so many supporters who actually ride or dance in this parade, and it just goes to show you what community is and what it means to Little Tokyo, to Nisei Week, and to just the Southern California community. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely, Helen. You can see it and you can feel it. The community spirit and people coming together, dancing together in groups, representing their community, their organizations. Today is another perfect example to see everybody that comes together to have a great time at a family event such as the Nisei Week Grand Parade.
Exactly. Now you're looking at Kanyo Sanjo V Japanese Classical Dance Company is established and founded by Grandmaster Kanya Sanjo V in 1955, who presented kabuki dance production annually for 34 consecutive years and Kayobuyo series dance production for 12 consecutive years in Los Angeles, in addition to other programs in Central and Northern California. Upon her demise in 1989, continued under the direction of artistic director Kangiku Sanjo and other Natori's dedicated to preserving the 300-year historical, traditional art form and cultural heritage of the Sanjo School. In honor of the 75th anniversary of Nisei Week, this dance company proudly presents Yosakoi Matsuri Uta in celebration of this historical event. And as we take a look at them, Terry, we'll be going to commercial break and we'll return after a few messages.
This portion of the program is brought to you by おかげさまで30周年森乳豆腐 Tokyo Marine Management and Insurance Companies 月桂館勝也グループ皆様の暮らしの中にユニオンバンク梅屋 Rice Cake Company
Wholesome ingredients grown in America go straight into every sterile package. It has a long shelf life without using any preservatives. Our tofu always has a fresh, pure, and natural taste. Now with a new design. Mori New Tofu.
Kimochi ga hana ni naru. Omoi ga kaze ni naru. Kono kuni wa hito o yowaseru mono ni koto kakanai. Hana, tori, kaze, gekkeikan.
まず美味しくなきゃダメ。それだけは外せないですよね。
Restaurant Katsuya Group. Chef Katsuya creates various faces of Japanese cuisine. Authentic, casual, sophisticated, contemporary. Discover the new sensation of Japanese taste at Katsuya.
Once again, we are back live here in Little Tokyo on UTB 18.2, 75th anniversary of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival and the beautiful Grand Parade. And of course is my beautiful co-host, Terry Hara. Terry.
Oh, Helen, stop it. It's a wonderful celebration. I'm honored to be here with you this year again.
Oh my goodness. It's always fun having you next to me, Terry.
With us now on the float from Union Bank, MUFG, are the Northern Cherry Blossom Festival Court. Kelly Sum is Queen, Nina Myers is the first princess, Taylor Davis is another princess, Karen Worley, princess. This float is sponsored again by MUFG Union Bank, who has been a strong supporter of the Nisei Week Festival for many, many years. And we are honored to have the Northern California Cherry Blossom joining us from San Francisco this year.
You know, as I mentioned earlier, Terry, with the Hawaii court that was here, we saw earlier, and of course our San Francisco court here, it just goes to show you once again that community goes beyond Little Tokyo and Southern California. We really do have a wonderful relationship with other cities outside of Southern California.
Absolutely. And again, the spirit of community and relationships coming together, kind of like the aloha spirit.
Exactly.
And taking care of everybody and making sure that we're good hosts and that they have a great time. My understanding, we have over almost 100 guests this year visiting for our hospitality here in Los Angeles.
It's a big year, Terry. It's a big year, and I'm so glad that we had that many visitors from Hawaii, San Francisco, coming to our Nisei Week Festival. Now, following them, we have one of our Nisei Week Pioneer awardees, Kei Kayoko Inose. She's a third-generation Japanese American and has served the community for nearly 30 years. She's a beautiful woman who was born in Long Beach, California, and she, of course, heads the Japanese Women's Society of Southern California, and instrumental in securing a nonprofit status for this 111-year-old organization. Congratulations, Kay. And I was just telling Terry that I just joined the group, and I will say it myself, Terry, I've come to the age where I can now join the Fujinkai.
That is such an honor, Helen.
It is a big honor, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. Now,
this year, Nisei Week is honoring 6 pioneers. And Pioneer is an award in recognition of community members who have, over the years, spent a great deal of time giving back to the community, volunteering in the community, making a difference in their own respective way, and that Nisei Week has the honor of honoring them at a special function that'll take place on August the 19th called the Pioneer Luncheon.
That's right.
Next, we have somebody here that's going to interview, I think, maybe one of the pioneers, Erica.
Well, I'm here in the parade with Richard Fukuhara, one of our pioneers this year. Please introduce yourself. Tell us what you've done with the community.
Oh, my goodness. Presently, I'm involved in Love for Nippon, tribute to the Tohoku people in Japan, also Nikkei Games, Tanabata Festival, a bunch of other stuff, Nikkei Games. Those are just what brings community together. That's what we need to do. So everybody get involved, and we're going to make this a better, and get the Yonsei and Gosei involved. We carry on the tradition and the legacy. That's what we want to do, okay?
The 75th, after all.
75th. It's amazing. And we just celebrated 21 years of Nikkei Games.
No way.
Yeah, and seventh event of Tanabata Festival.
That's amazing. Well, you're obviously a very inspirational character within the community. You've got people doing the wave in the crowd. Can you give some words of inspiration to the younger generation?
Younger generation, get involved. It's a lot of fun. You're going to learn so much about your heritage. It's so important because we're letting it fade, and we can't allow that. We got to keep it going. Okay?
All right. Well, thank you. Those words of inspiration from Richard. Enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you. Sending it back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. That was once again Richard Fukuhara. Earlier, we saw Madame Katsukiyo Matsumaya III, another Nisei pioneer. And driving by us also is George Nagata, Nisei pioneer. Now, I believe following him is another dance group. Is that correct? Let's see. It looks like it might be the Azuma Kotobuki Kai group. Do you think that's correct, Terry? It looks like it. Yes?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Azuma Kotobukai is a branch of the Azuma Ryo School of Dance, and this group is led by Sumako Azuma and Kikusue Azuma, both credentialed instructors of the Azuma headquarters in Tokyo, Japan. There are over 60 students, both children and adults, from Los Angeles, Orange County, and Ventura counties. This group has participated in Nisei Week since the 1970s.
Wow.
While the instructors teach many traditional classical dances, they are innovate and incorporating classical techniques with modern music to help reach the young generations. The goal of the Azuma Kotobuki Kai is to preserve and promote Japanese culture in the United States through the art of Nihon Ryo.
And I believe that might be, is that back to George Nagata? Yes, it is. What's wonderful about our Azuma Kotobuki Kai group is I believe they have in the past also been choreographers for our coronation, where the young women, our former Nisei Week Queen candidates, learned Japanese dance from this particular school. Again, what great opportunities our young generation gets to be exposed to, whether it's participating in the Nisei Week Parade or as a candidate or being a volunteer. I think I couldn't be more proud of this wonderful tradition and so honored to be a part of it.
And if you notice, it's not only women that dance, also men dance in the organizations and groups as well.
That's right.
Take a look at this group and their unison, their grace, and their movements.
Terry, I think you could do that.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. I think you are now at that skill rate where you could be dancing with one of these schools. All right, as we take a look at the Azuma Kotobuki Kai group make their way, we will go back to commercial and we'll see you back after a few messages.
まず美味しくなきゃダメ。それだけは外せないですよね。
Restaurant Katsuya Group, Chef Katsuya creates various faces of Japanese cuisine. Authentic, casual, sophisticated, contemporary. Discover the new sensation of Japanese taste at Katsuya.
「気持ちが花になる」「思いが風になる」「この国は人を酔わせる者にこと書かない」「花、鳥、風、月桂冠」
Wholesome ingredients grown in America go straight into every sterile package. It has a long shelf life without using any preservatives. Our tofu always has a fresh, pure, and natural taste. Now with a new design, Mori New Tofu.
This portion of the program was brought to you by Umeya Rice Cake Company. 皆様の暮らしの中にユニオンバンク、勝谷グループ、月桂冠、Tokyo Marine Management and Insurance Companies、おかげさまで30周年、森乳豆腐。
Welcome back once again. I'm here with Terry Hara. My name is Helen Ota. We're your hosts for today's live broadcast of the biggest event of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival, 75th anniversary. It's our Grand Parade. Terry, I'm having a great time so far.
Oh, and so am I, Helen.
Good. Well, right now we're seeing the Miss Chinatown, Queen and Court. Alice, oh, I'm sorry.
Miss Chinatown, Queen and Court. Alice Wong is Queen, Clarissa Liu, second princess, Vivian Tsai is third princess, Tiffany Chi is fourth princess, and Tracy Jung, Miss Friendship. Welcome, Miss Chinatown, Queen and Court.
It's always nice to see Miss Chinatown, Los Angeles, participate in our parade, and I know they also attend our coronation.
Look at the beautiful float, all the stars.
I know.
They are a star in our parade today.
Everyone's a star.
Everyone's a star.
Everyone
Even
is
you,
a star.
Helen, you're a star.
Oh, you're too kind. All right, and following them, we have the Risho Kosei Kai of Los Angeles. You can't miss them because they're very loud. And the Risho Kosei Kai is a non-clerical Buddhist organization established in 1938. LA members have been joining the Nisei Week Parade since 1992. The head group of our team carries Mando, a tower of thousands lights, which symbolizes the significance of the Buddha Dharma. The middle group is carrying Matoi, which was originally used by firefighters in Edo period. Our Matoi performance implies spreading the Buddha Dharma to more people. And the last part of this group is a music group. Sounds of flutes, gongs, and drums are cheering others up. In fact, all of them are trying to encourage not only for the team, but also for all of the people here in Little Tokyo. Boy, talk about energy.
I'm just exhausted watching them.
I know.
All the energy. Oh my gosh.
Look at them go.
Let's hope they don't drop it.
Let's hope not. In this parade. And once again, it reminds us of the celebratory nature of what the Nisei Week Parade is all about. Wow. Once again, that was the Risho Koseikai of Los Angeles, and I believe Erica is standing by. Erica, what's going on with you over there?
Well, I'm here amongst the participants, and I've got one of the musicians here with me. Can you tell us your name?
My name is Meriton Joy Barua.
Very nice. And is this your first time being in a parade?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yes.
What are you playing? What's that instrument?
This is called taiko.
It's a taiko.
Yes.
Can you play a little bit for us? That's so good. How long did it take you to learn how to play taiko?
Like 1 day.
1 day? You're really good. Wow. Well, you better catch up with the rest of your group. Thanks for talking with us.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Very, very cute and adorable. Now, Terry, I think it's very appropriate for you to introduce this next group.
Well, next we have the Los Angeles City Fire Department with Deputy Chief Fire Philip Fleigel representing the fire department. They are our partners. We work hand in hand with them in the Los Angeles City Fire Department. The men and women on their department work so hard to protect the city of Los Angeles and keep us safe. Today, we have the Los Angeles Fire Department in full spectrum of life safety agency protecting approximately 4 million people who live and work and play in America's second largest city. The City of Los Angeles Fire Department. We're so honored to have them today with special guests riding on classic fire apparatus, and the first one with the hook and ladder and the fire truck following right behind.
You know, Terry, for me, it's always a sight to see men in uniform. And I will say, and young boys, they're so adorable. But again, much like the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles Fire Department, the men and women are really our heroes, and we can't thank them enough, as well as LAPD, for all that they do to make sure our city is safe.
That's right, Helen. You know, my 35 years with the Los Angeles Police Department of Public Safety have worked continuously in harmony with the fire department, with the police department, in our first responder responsibility, and the Los Angeles City Fire Department is no different, that they are heroes of their own right, protecting and serving the great city of Los Angeles.
Exactly. And we can't forget that. I think we have to remember that many of these men and women, all of them actually, are putting their lives on the line for all of us. And again, we can't be more thankful. I think we can't thank them enough for the service they do to this great city of Los Angeles.
And the heat today is just incredible, where fire safety has to always be in the back of your mind, of being safe and ensuring that everybody is hydrated with water as warm as it is today, and to make sure that we don't have any incidents that may cause somebody to become ill.
Exactly. The following are brave men and women of the Los Angeles City Fire Department, I believe, is our next, another pioneer, Mr. Toshio Terry Honda. He was born in Tokyo in 1942. After graduating from Keio University School of Business in 1965, he began his career at Itochu Corporation, eventually moving to Pasadena to manage the aircraft department for Itochu Corporation, Los Angeles. And I believe Erica is standing by with Mr. Honda, our pioneer. Erica.
All right, I'm here with Mr. Toshio Terry Honda, one of our Nisei Week pioneers. Welcome to the 75th annual Nisei Week Festival. How are you doing?
Oh, great, great. It's a great honor, and I'm very happy to join this great memorial, commemorating 75th Nisei Week Festival.
Now, this definitely is not your first Nisei Week Festival.
No.
How long have you been coming to Nisei Week?
Oh, over 10 years easily.
Over 10 years easily?
15 years or so. Yeah.
All right, and you're obviously being honored as one of our pioneers because of your activity within our community. What's your favorite way to give to the community?
Oh, I devote 100% of my time right now to the community through lots of NPOs, including Japanese Community Pioneer Center, Little Tokyo Community Council, and the Japanese American Cultural Community Center, and etc., etc.
Wow,
I'm engaged in many NPOs.
You're so busy.
Yes, but I don't do any more business, so I devote 100% of my time. Yeah, I'm very busy.
Well, that's very inspirational to hear that you're giving back to the community in so many different organizations.
Yes.
I hope that any youth watching this can look up to you and think, wow, that could be me one day.
My motto is to stay busy, serving the community, and I'll have a good rest when I go to heaven.
All right. Well, we hope we get to keep you much longer before that happens.
Yeah, I try. Yeah.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of the festival. Thank you very much, and
we will. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll send it back to Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Terry Honda, one of the hardest working volunteers in our community. Following him, we have David Yanai, our other Nisei pioneer. And I have to say, I've had the privilege of watching him coach Cal State University, Los Angeles, actually, many times. And Coach Yanai was named men's head basketball coach at California State University, Los Angeles, and led the team to the 1998 and 2000 NCAA tournaments. March 2005, Yanai became just the second men's head basketball coach in the history of the CCAA to reach 400 wins. Yanai retired one season after this historic milestone. His community service includes founding member of the FOR Club, advisor of the LA Watt Summer Games, and initiated the Los Angeles County Summer Sports Program with the emphasis on drug prevention. And Terry, I think there's someone very special on our screen right now.
Oh, yes, we do. I'm honored to introduce Dick Sakahara, the creator of our mascot for the Nisei Week Foundation, Aki the Akita. He is also the recipient of this year's new award, the Inspiration Award. Dick Sakahara, 18 years ago, created and designed Aki the Akita, who is riding with Dick and his wife Arlene today in the parade. What a great individual he is, and the creativity he has in designing and creating Aki the Akita. But by the way, Aki the Akita, the design is actually a Shiba Inu dog, which he loves, and he has several dogs, Shiba Inus, at home. But it's through that and that relationship that he's created Aki the Akita for the Nisei Week Foundation that has been with us for the past 18 years. And Aki the Akita has been enjoyed by thousands of people, both families and friends and children alike.
Yes, and of course, Aki the Akita made his stage debut last night on the coronation.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he
did
did.
A fantastic job on stage in part of our coronation program.
That's right. Now you're looking at another Nisei Week Inspiration Award, Michie Tsujishi. She's a Sansei, third-generation Japanese American. And what can I say about this amazing woman? She has volunteered, I think, more than 50 years to Nisei Week, starting as a kimono dresser. She was also a Nisei Week Queen and Court Program Committee chairperson, one of our early trainers. In fact, when I was involved in 1989, she whipped me into shape. And I can't thank her enough. A woman who gives so much of her time year after year. truly an inspiration to many of the young women who have come through Nisei Week by way of the Queen and Court program.
Helen, Michi is the supreme example of that community spirit where one comes out and year after year gives her time.
Yes.
Could you imagine how many queen candidates that she has helped through the process over the years?
Countless.
Almost a half a century.
Countless.
And so she has influenced so many women on the Nisei Week Court and Foundation, and we thank her for volunteer service for all these years.
Yes, and a special note to Michi. We love you all very much. Thank you so much for your hard work and all your years of service. And I know you're going to continue to do it. So again, thank you so much for everything you do for our community, especially for Nisei Week. All right, we are now looking at Nippon Minyo Kenkyukai Hoshukai. Nippon Minyo Kenkyukai Hoshukai is a local Japanese folk dance group and is part of the main school based in Nagoya, Japan. Originally started by Kawamura Hoshun Sensei over 28 years ago and is now under the direction of two of her students, Hashimoto Honshunbi and Hashimoto Hoshuki, who have taken over after her retirement. They perform throughout the greater Los Angeles area at multicultural events. They have joyfully participated in the Nisei Week Parade and Ondo for 27 years. Again, another great example of organizations and dance groups that continue to support Nisei Week and participate.
And we are very, very honored to have them as part of our Nisei Week celebration here in Little Tokyo and to watch their beautiful dance, their fans, their kimonos.
Let's take a look at Nippon Minyo Kenkyukai Hoshukai. Once again, all of our dance groups that participate, graceful, beautiful, bringing tradition into Little Tokyo by way of our Grand Parade.
Can you see me out there dancing just like that? I don't think so. I don't think I have the talent.
I think you
It'll
can
take
do
a
it.
lot of work.
I may have to challenge you. But again, we can't thank these dance groups enough for participating year after year. When you think about the tradition, when you think about the number of hours that they practice and rehearse to come to Nisei Week year after year, really, really is heartwarming and really makes this whole festival so much more meaningful.
Again, this whole festival is about family and tradition and coming together, sharing each other's culture, sharing each other's activities, and just enjoying each other and being together for this special occasion.
Now, I believe following them is Leslie A. Ito, President and CEO of the Japanese American Cultural and Community Center. And we will be going to commercial. Hopefully we'll see her right after these messages.
Kareemです。
1番です。一番美味しいカレーです。
手作りの美味しさだけが人の心を動かす。一番美味しい。伊佐ジャパニーズレストラン。ウニ酒盗のマルヒデから新製品が登場。ウニ味噌イカ漬け。今まで味わったことのない濃厚なウニ味噌と歯ごたえの良いイカの食感をお楽しみいただけます。日本では手に入りません。絶対の自信作です。通常価格17ドル50セントのところ UTB 割引コードでさらに 10% オフ。もらって嬉しいお土産。マルヒデのウニ味噌イカ漬け。
瀬戸内生まれの海苔、瀬戸内の旬。激しい潮流に育まれ、しっかりタイプで味がある。歯切れの度合いがわかるクリスピネスインディケーターは真ん中の2。おにぎり、太巻きにおすすめします。日本の味、瀬戸内の旬、高岡屋です。
星の数だけ夢がある。 そう教えられた子供部屋、好きなことに夢中になった自分だけの部屋、夢を実現させるオフィス、家族と過ごす温かいマイホーム、かけがえのない空間との出会いを演出する。
それが私たちパーソン不動産です。人と人との絆を大切に。
切れる切れる、硬い食材も柔らかい食材も思いのまま。フォーエバーダイヤチタン 3D 包丁。切れ味の秘密はこれ。ダイヤモンド粒子をふんだんに含んだチタンハイブリッドの刃。ダイヤモンドで切る、ダイヤの力でお料理楽々。フォーエバーダイヤチタン 3D 包丁。お求めはご覧の番号までお電話を。
Welcome back once again. As I mentioned, we are with Ms. Leslie Ito from the JACCC. I believe Erica is with her. Erica, I want you to ask about those crab hats.
Oh, I definitely will. Leslie, we are very interested in about those crab hats you've got.
We're having a crab fest at Nishihonganji on September 26th, so I hope everybody will come out and support the JACCC and eat. It's all you can eat crab, so who can turn that down, right?
Oh my goodness, there's no way anybody could turn that down. Are you going to go to the crab fest?
Well, yeah.
Had to think about that? I think you're going to stuff yourself full of crab, right? Yeah. And is there anything we should be looking forward to from the JCCC?
Yeah, we have two big performances coming up. Burai, which is a samurai theater piece, and then also Peace on Your Wings, a musical about Sadako and the Thousand Cranes. So check our website, jccc.org.
All right, well, thank you very much, Leslie. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. You know, the JACCC has been a longtime partner of the Nisei Week Foundation, as well as many other organizations like Little Tokyo Service Center, the Nikkei Games, Japanese American National Museum. And again, we can't do it without their support, right, Terry?
Well, that community center is so important and an integral part of this community. They put on so many different types of community events, musicals in the Aratani Theater, as well as just small community projects year after year throughout the whole year. It's a great place to enjoy and enjoy all the entertainment and cultural events throughout here in Little Tokyo.
Exactly. There's lots to do. And looks like we have the Nippon Minyo Kai Hoshun Kai. This group is originally started by Kawamura Hoshu Sensei over 28 years ago. I think we thought this was a group earlier, but this is actually this group. They perform throughout the greater Los Angeles area at multicultural events, and they have joyfully participated in Nisei Week Parade for 27 years. Another great example of our dance groups that participate year after year.
Oh, I love their kimonos. Look at the beautiful colors with gold and green and orange. And I just want to go out there and join them.
See, Terry, I told you. The beautiful green and orange, it really does make it celebratory. And again, this is our 75th anniversary. A great tradition. This legacy will continue for years to come. As Little Tokyo continues to grow, and you've seen this community grow over the past 10 to 15 years.
Over the recent years, we have seen development of new residents, multi-use, and the population in Little Tokyo continues to grow. And businesses end up staying open much later than before. And you just see people just walking the streets here and enjoying the shops and the restaurants. There's so much here that Little Tokyo has to offer, and it's just a wonderful experience to see so many people from throughout the Southern California area and Los Angeles to come and enjoy this community.
Exactly. Lots to share with other folks that come in, whether they live in Little Tokyo now or are visiting in Little Tokyo. And Nisei Week is such a great example of the culture, the history, the arts of Japanese and Japanese Americans. Being able to share that really builds a bridge and is part of that whole idea of inclusivity, right?
Absolutely.
All
Next
right.
we have is Alan Nishio from the Little Tokyo Service Center, representing the Little Tokyo Service Center. Today, it's Alan. He is part of the board of directors. He is one of the board of directors. The LTSC is a nonprofit organization located just right here in Little Tokyo. The LTSC has been providing services to the Little Tokyo community and all of Southern California for over 35 years. Little Tokyo helps seniors, children, families, and individuals with social services, child care, and affordable housing, and preserves and celebrates Little Tokyo's rich Japanese American heritage. The executive director of Little Tokyo Service Center is Dean Matsubayashi. A few things happening here at Little Tokyo Service Center: building the Budokan, which is the gym here in Los Angeles of the recreation center, creating a sustainable Little Tokyo, the Grace Little Child Care, the Far East Lounge on 1st Street, and neighborhood charter membership. Thank you to Little Tokyo Service Center for helping people and building community.
Alan Nishio, another pillar of our community, right, Terry?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, and now we have the Nisei Week Car Show. This is the retro cruise, and earlier was Ken Miyoshi. There he is, the producer of the Nisei Show-Off Car Show. This has been operating since 1994, and 2015 marks the 16th year that they have hosted the car show for the Nisei Week Japanese Festival. The car show was held yesterday, and it's a wonderful sight to see such nice rides featuring hundreds of the finest show cars ever to assemble in one place. And this year, it was held in the ISO Parking Underground right across the street from the East-West Players Theater.
Yeah, before it was an open lot, but because of the new development here in Little Tokyo, well, they had to change the location. My understanding that it worked really well, and there were a lot of cars there, and a lot of people ended up going to visit the location there in the new Judge ISO parking structure.
That's great. That's a picture there of, once again, Ken Miyoshi, the producer of the car show for a number of years. Once again, another hard-working volunteer coordinating this beautiful car show. I've actually seen a few cars that I think I would like to take home with me, but I don't know if I could actually drive it.
Well, you know, it just shows another aspect of Nisei Week Japanese Festival, where not only do we have dances and we have activities, but we also have the car show and others that participate in Nisei Week itself. And it just shows you the amount of community involvement from all of Southern California to participate in such a wonderful event year after year. We appreciate the Nikkei Car Show here in Little Tokyo to show out all the owners, to show off their specialty in their cars, the uniqueness, the types of vehicles that probably several years ago I probably would have driven some of them, but today I'll tell you, I need something a little bit more slower and a little bit more modern.
Yes, I understand. All right, as we take a look at these amazing cars making their way down Little Tokyo's 2nd Street, we'll be going to commercial break, and we'll see you back after a few messages.
This portion of the program is brought to you by 世界に一つ、あなたに一つ JCB JFC インターナショナル Citizens Business Bank, a financial services company, member FDIC 寿司源神谷インシュアランスエージェンシー本葉町コスモスグレース
毎日の美味しさの主役錦の白米に栄養素どっさりの胚芽を残したお米が錦胚芽米です。錦プラスライフ錦胚芽米錦早炊き玄米はお水の吸収を良くする特殊精米技術で白米のような早炊きともちもち感を実現させました。錦玄米プラスイージー錦早炊き玄米。
ハマチの養殖場のようね。ぎゅうぎゅう詰めでストレスが溜まって不健康そうですね。それにデブッチョばっかりですね。ハマチの種類の説明をするわね。タイプ1は一酸化炭素着色で鮮度がわからないし、冷凍で細胞が破壊されるの。 タイプには鮮魚扱いだけど、やっぱり一酸化炭素着色で鮮度がわからないわ。付け証をしているわけですね。タイプさんは着色はされないけど、小さいいけすで運動もできずストレスいっぱい。目も当てられないわ。ショックです。でも博士はあのハマチたちと全然違いますね。それはね、私の育ったところに秘密があるのよ。本ハマチは通常の50倍もの大きさのスペースでのびのびと泳ぎ回って栄養もバランスよく行き渡りすくすくと育っているのよ。
ハマチビ君はこの時思った。本当の美しさとは健康な体と優しい心、そして母なる海の懐により育まれるのであると。
博士大好き。
大丈夫大丈夫。マフリーコマスベストはどんな相手でも安心してお世話いたします。神谷インシュランスまでお問い合わせください。
Again, welcome back to the live broadcast of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival's Grand Parade, our 75th year, live on UTB 18.2 here in Little Tokyo. Thank goodness the weather has started to cool down, right, Terry?
Oh, yes, Helen. It was really warm this afternoon. There's a little breeze, and it's much more tolerable now.
Definitely. Now, you saw the beautiful cars making their way down, and right after them, I believe, is the Genchi Minyo Kikutakai group making their way down. This group was formed by Madame Kyoko Kikuta in Northern California in 1972. She moved to Los Angeles upon the invitation of the Southern California Minyo Association president. For the next 30 years until her retirement in 2005, she taught many students the art of Japanese folk dancing and held recitals every 5 to 10 years. Genchi Minyo Kikutakai continues to perform regularly at various events, including Japanese prefectural organizations, Japanese folk music and dance, and of course, Nisei Week. The current sensei is Yoshiko Yamaguchi, Hiro Longanet, and Misako Gordy, and they practice on Saturdays at the St. Francis Xavier Chapel here in Little Tokyo. Now, Terry.
Next we have the Rafu Matsumakai, the Los Angeles Mikoshi Association, was established in 1994 by Mikoshi enthusiasts to show their commitment to developing a strong relationship and enhancing better friendship between the U.S. and Japan through the sharing of the Mikoshi experience. Since its inception, the group has actively introduced Mikoshi to the general public through many years celebrating Japanese heritage and has been invited to and participated in many such festivals throughout the U.S., including the Japanese Festival in Las Vegas, San Francisco, Houston, Honolulu, and Detroit. Locally, they participate in the Nisei Week Grand Parade held in Little Tokyo every August, as well as the Torrance Summer Festival held in early July. The Rafu Mitsusumikai believes that by carrying the Mikoshi together in the U.S. as a group, regardless of race, nationality, age, and gender, we are working together to build a better community. Well, I will tell you, I will get exhausted jumping up and down, dancing around, spinning around, carrying the Mikoshi. It's like, I'm exhausted.
I know. Well, I'll tell you, Terry, what's really great about this is, first, it's cooler right now for them, so at least it's not very hot. But the other thing is, I know that there's at least one person from Hawaii who participates in this year after year. His name is Lawrence Omura. And again, I just love how all of these things bring community together.
And it looks so much fun. I mean, everybody's smiling and dancing, jumping up and down. And at the end of it, I'm sure they are exhausted.
Yes, I would imagine that this is probably the best exercise anyone could have.
Oh, yeah.
Hot weather.
But it's great for them participating in the Nisei Week Parade.
Exactly.
They have participated year after year, and we're always honored to have them participate with us.
Definitely. about teamwork, much like the Nisei Week Japanese Festival and their volunteers. This mikoshi takes teamwork. It's not easy carrying around something as heavy as that. It's a very coordinated effort, as you can see. All right, it looks like this could be Mr. Masami Kobayashi, president of the Kenjin-kai Kyogi-kai, coming up after the mikoshi. We'll just confirm in a moment. Yes, Mr. Masami Kobayashi, president of the Kenjin-kai Kyogi-kai. This was established over 50 years ago and is the umbrella organization formed by members of the current and past presidents of 41 Kenjin-kais. Masami Kobayashi is the current president of Kenjin-kai Kyogi-kai, and I believe Erica is with him right now. Erica, who are you with?
I am here with Mr. Masami, and can you tell us a little bit about your organization?
Our organization is representing what do you call that? Japanese Prefectural Association, and we promote the Japanese culture and helping lots of Nikkei people's culture, and also the young people we giving the scholarship, etc. Yeah.
So what is the best way for these young people to get involved?
Yeah, I think the best way is we have an event twice a year, the variety show, and also the one more like today's Tanabata Festival kind of thing. We need a young power to do that kind of event. So we welcome young people.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kobayashi-san. It's an honor to meet you.
Thank you very much.
All right, back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Once again, thank you to Mr. Kobayashi. All right, Terry, I think you can hear it. Who do we have?
Next, we are honored to have our Nisei Week Parade Marshal, Kenny Indo, along with his wife Chizuka, playing the taiko drum as they parade through the streets of Little Tokyo. Kenny Indo is one of the leading artists in contemporary taiko and percussion. He is at the vanguard of this genre, continuing to pave new paths in Japanese drumming even after 40 years as a career of a taiko artist. A performer, composer, and teacher, Indo is a consummate artist blending taiko with rhythms influence around the world into original melodies and improvisation. He's arguably one of the most versatile musicians in the genre, crossing easily between classical Japanese music and his own neo-traditional, globally inspired variety. Kenny Indo is known for his collaborations with artists from many, many cultures, and we're certainly honored to have him as this year's Nisei Week Parade Marshal.
That's right, and again, we interviewed him earlier during the pre-show of the parade, and we have to say congratulations also to him once again on the 40th anniversary of performing. Now, right after him is Lee Aoki, president of the Japanese Chamber of Commerce of Southern California. The mission of the Japanese Chamber of Commerce of Southern California is to provide opportunities and services for business development, promote the welfare of the local Japanese American community, help preserve cultural heritage, strengthen mutual understanding and goodwill between the United States and Japan, and of course foster our future generations, all through various events and programs. Another hardworking volunteer of our community.
And next we also have is Trudy Nodohara, president of the Little Tokyo Lions Club. Next to Trudy is the president of the Lions Club. The Little Tokyo Lions Club is part of the Lions Club International, which was founded in 1917. Throughout the world, there are 46,400 clubs with more than 1.4 million members, which abides by their motto, "We serve." The Lions' mission is to give sight, support the youth, provide disaster relief, and address humanitarian needs. The Little Tokyo Lions Club collects donations to purchase white canes for the blind, used sunglasses which are sent to the third world countries, and provide free eye examinations at 2 Little Tokyo locations. The Little Tokyo Lions Club continues raising funds through their annual golf tournaments, where donations are distributed to the City of Hope, the Braille Institute, and the blind fishing outings. we're honored to have the Little Tokyo's Lions Club again joining us here in our Nisei Week Grand Parade.
Exactly, and behind her is the Little Tokyo Business Association President Ellen Endo. After the war, Japanese Americans returning from the camps moved into areas surrounding the downtown area. By the 1950s, many Japanese Americans had established homes in nearby Boyle Heights. And in 1959, symbolic of the new ties with Japan, the city of LA entered into a sister city relationship with Nagoya, leading to the formation of the LA-Nagoya Sister City Association. And as a result, the Little Tokyo Business Association formed a long-standing bond with its counterpart in Japan, Pure O2, Minami Otsudori Shoten Gai Shinko Kumiai. The relationship has furthered international goodwill and understanding not only between the two organizations and the two cities, but also between Japan and the United States.
Next we have is the president of Shiromatsu Monaka Confection of Japan. Please give him a warm welcome, Mr. Ichiro Shiromatsu, who is the president of the company, and he's from Sendai, Japan. He's been a major supporter of the Los Angeles Tanabata Festival that's occurring here this weekend in Little Tokyo since its inception in 2009. And the Tanabata Festival is the kazaris that hang beautifully here that are prepared by organizations, government, and community members. And in the parade, we have the award-winning kazaris hung from a pickup truck here, showing the beauty and the grace and the colorfulness and the creativity of everybody that has come together to put such an artistic beauty together.
Exactly. This is one of the newer traditions of Nisei Week, the Tanabata Festival, and we're so proud to be a part of that, and I think it's a great partnership. Now we have, following the Tanabata Festival winners, Bonbu Taiko, my good friends from the Japanese American National Museum. Bonbu Taiko, their mission, the Bonbu Taiko group. This is a group of friends who have come together to form a taiko group. They're dedicated to sharing the traditional art of Japanese taiko drumming through discipline, spiritual togetherness, fellowship, and for pure enjoyment of playing together. And it looks like they are actually playing with Taiko Project, another wonderful, talented taiko group performing all over the United States. You may have seen them in the movies as well. What a great combination. Taiko Project and Bonbu Taiko performing together. And of course, they are part, the Bonbu Taiko has come out of the Japanese American National Museum, Terry. So following them, of course, will be the Japanese American National Museum, the many volunteers, and I'm sure following them will be their president and CEO, Dr. Greg Kimura. Let's take a moment to enjoy this taiko group.
Yeah, the taiko drums have become very, very popular throughout the United States, particularly throughout all the different universities here in the United States. And the art of drumming, just you can't help but get involved and appreciate the sounds of the drums, the unisons of the drums, the beat of the drums, and just enjoy the sound of taiko drumming.
Exactly. It really gets you right here in the heart, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely. And I believe this weekend here in Little Tokyo as well, we're going to have a taiko gathering of a number of different taiko organizations performing here in Little Tokyo. So if you have some time, you should come out and visit Little Tokyo and enjoy the rhythms of taiko.
That's right. I believe that'll be the second weekend. Now, following them, of course, we have the Japanese American National Museum. First, we have the president and CEO, Dr. Greg Kimura, and his beautiful wife, Joy, and I believe they're joined by their son and daughter, Julian and Lily. And Dr. Kimura has now been at the Japanese American National Museum for more than 3 years and is once again thrilled to be participating in the parade. What amazing exhibitions have come through the Japanese American National Museum over the years. And once again, following them, we have our volunteers from the Japanese American National Museum carrying several banners of upcoming exhibitions. In addition to its permanent exhibition, Common Ground, the Heart of Community, the museum is proud to have other impressive exhibitions Sugar Islands exhibition, giant robot coming in October, Before They Were Heroes, and a special display called Jidai, Timeless Works of Samurai or Art. The Japanese American National Museum looks forward to seeing everyone at the museum during Nisei Week and throughout the year. And of course, for more information, you can visit janum.org to find out about all the upcoming programs and exhibitions coming soon.
Well, Helen, I was just there earlier today at the Japanese American National Museum and saw the beautiful display of the samurai swords, such a rich history and the education of those items on display. And for those that are interested, they should go and check it out and see that history, that rich history of the samurai swords and how and what it means by those that have owned it previously. Truly a exhibit that is truly a special exhibit to see, and it's only here through August 30th.
That's right. All right, and as we take a look at the museum, we are going to commercial break, so we'll see you after a few messages.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday comes again. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Easy every day.
This portion of the program was brought to you by 本浜町コスモスグレース、神谷インシュランスエージェンシー、寿司源Citizens Business Bank, a financial services company, member FDIC. JFC インターナショナル。世界に一つ、あなたに一つ。JCB.
Two teams will travel over the rough terrain. The first one to arrive will be deemed the winner.
Hey, hold on a sec.
Off to a rough start?
Don't be so sure of yourself.
You sure this thing's working?
You guys lost?
No. Yes.
Yeah, you're lost. Where are you headed? So, we ready to go?
We are ready to go. So we'll see you back down there, all right?
See your local authorized Alpine dealer to get restyled today.
虹屋の夏のシェイクサラダはボリューム満点。話題のオーガニック塩レモンドレッシングを使用しています。振って振って振って振ってしっかり振って、カップのままでもお皿に盛っても。虹屋の美味しい夏メニューは他にもいろいろ。お求めはお近くの虹屋マーケットお惣菜コーナーでどうぞ。
焼きのこだわり、紀州備長炭使用、ぶれないうまさ、鳥松。
高岡屋の寿司羽が人気の訳は、徹底した品質管理で長年お客様に変わらぬ美味しさをお届けしているからです。寿司羽はこれからも信頼をお届けいたします。
美味しさのトレードマーク、南華製麺のうどん。1905年以来独自の製法で日本の昔ながらの味をお届けしています。お客様に喜んでもらえるうどん作りは今も変わりません。だから一味違います。お求めはお近くのマーケットで。
Welcome back once again, and thank you for joining us here on UTB 18.2. We're live in Little Tokyo, experiencing the biggest and greatest event of the Nisei Week Japanese Festival, our 75th year. And right now, we're looking at the Francis K. Hashimoto Award winners. These are 7 sponsoring organizations that have long-time relationship with Nisei Week. Each year, they send a representative to become a Nisei Week Queen candidate. And we can't thank them enough. Every year they have to choose a candidate. These young women that they bring to Nisei Week are not only intelligent, smart, beautiful, but they're very community-minded. And we have to thank East San Gabriel Valley Japanese Community Center, Gardena Evening Optimist Club, Japanese Restaurant Association of America, Pasadena Japanese Cultural Institute, Orange County Nikkei Coordinating Council, San Fernando Valley Japanese Community Center, Venice Japanese Community Center, and of course the West Los Angeles Japanese American Citizens League. Now, for them to receive the Francis K. Hashimoto Award is very significant, especially, Terry, since we are actually on Francis K. Hashimoto Plaza. And she's a longtime volunteer who we lost a few years ago. And every year we think of her as we sit on this plaza, one of the hardest working volunteers of Nisei Week and this community. We do miss her very much, but every year, if not every day, we remember her for her hard work, her generosity, and dedication to this community.
That's right, Helen. Francis Hashimoto was the heart and soul of Little Tokyo and also the Nisei Week Foundation. She spent years and years involved in the community and putting together the festivities and things that we have seen, and being here on the Francis Hashimoto Plaza is very, very special for all of us to be here and to have an award that recognizes her work and her dedication for years of service in the Little Tokyo community.
That's right. Now, I understand we've got some basketball happening, Terry. So let's go to Erica. Erica, are you ready to shoot some hoops?
Oh man, I need a ball. Woo. All right, I got one. I'm going to try this. We'll see if it works out. Oh, Kobe! Well, that was a lot of fun.
Great job, Erica. Much better than I could ever do, that's for sure. Of course, we do have the Nikkei Games in front of us. The Nikkei Games for the Generations, a month-long sports martial arts festival with participants coming from all 5 continents, with over 50,000 participants at this year's Games. Now, Terry, you're very familiar with Nikkei Games. I think really the heart and soul of Nikkei Games, though, are those that are involved in organizing and coordinating this.
There are so many dedicated individuals that dedicate their time, volunteer their time in the Nikkei Games that's held. One of the primary games is the basketball games at Long Beach Pyramid, and there are probably about 1,200 players throughout the day that come out and play 3-on-3, all ages. In fact, I think their theme is for the generations, and you'll see the young and the not so young play in all these different sports, whether it's bowling, whether it's basketball, or even martial arts that they are performing in the spirit of the Nikkei Games that bring everybody together year after year.
Right, sports definitely plays a huge role in our community. So it's also wonderful to see these young kids participating in sports, learning about what it means to be a team-oriented group. And it looks like some of them are going to throw a basketball at us to shoot, but I'm hoping not, because I would be... Jesse James, of course, one of the founding members of Nikkei Games, is asking Terry Hara, not me, but Terry Hara, to try to shoot a basketball. Terry, are you going to go for the challenge?
Hey, I can't even shoot straight. I mean, shooting the basketball straight is not my best forte.
I think our expertise is here, broadcasting and hosting the parade, and not so much shooting basketballs. But I will say, Terry, that I actually did play basketball for one season, and I was a great bench warmer. But thank you to Nikkei Games, and of course special thanks to Tanaka Farms for providing the vehicle to pull the demonstration equipment in the parade. It's a great interactive moment in our parade, and I know people look forward to it year after year. All right, and as we take a look at everyone shooting baskets, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll see you after a few minutes.
This portion of the program is brought to you by 気合と真心を込めて新選組レストラングループミューチュアルトレーディング共同貿易グローバルサービスを提供するスクワイア・パットン・ボグズ法律事務所 US ジャクリーン富士ナチュラルフーズ
everyone. I'm James.
And I'm Jin from Little Tokyo.
From September 21st to 24th, we're having Hakatsu ramen for only $3.
And if you've never had it, you gotta try it. So come on in from 11 till midnight. And don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
子供の頃の遠い記憶、あぜ道、祭り林、黄金色に輝く稲穂畑。我が子に伝えたい遠い日の記憶と忘れられない味。伝えたい味、ふるさとのコシヒカリ祭り。お求めはお近くの日経マーケットでどうぞ。発売元は共同貿易です。
ゼログラビティ角度。筋肉が最もリラックスするこのポジションで全身をマッサージ。レガシーマッサージラウンジャーは長いもみ玉レールでお尻までしっかりもみほぐします。アンチエイジングポジションと足裏マッサージで血行を促進。さらにストレッチ機能で背骨の間を開き腰痛を和らげます。ゼログラビティの安らぎ、台場レガシーマッサージラウンジャー。
Hello everyone, I'm Helen Ota. I'm here with my co-host Terry Hara, and we're here celebrating the 75th annual Nisei Week Grand Parade live in Little Tokyo here on UTB 18.2. And you're looking at a live judo demonstration, right Terry?
That's right, Helen. The live judo demonstration, and during the commercial break we end up seeing also pioneers of judo, Roy Moore, 7th Dan, and Ray Mays of 6th Dan.
Wow.
And so we're honored to have them also join us this year in the Nisei Week Parade.
Definitely.
But now you have a demonstration of judo and what judo is, and you got to be very careful because you can also injure yourself if it's not done properly.
That's correct. Wow, well what a great demonstration that was. Again, we talked earlier about how sports plays a big role in our community. Earlier we saw basketball, and of course we have judo, there's karate. Earlier this year, Terry, you started our festival with a wonderful idea of having a bowling tournament, and that kicked off our Nisei Week Japanese Festival in January. Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
Back in January, we had the Nisei Week Bowling Tournament here in Little Tokyo for the first time in probably many, many years. And it was such a success. Over 200 bowlers came out, people of all ages. I tried my best. I thought I'd give it a good try, but we certainly had a wonderful, fun time with everybody that came out to the Little Tokyo bowling here in the Tokyo Galleria, a beautiful facility. I would encourage anybody who's in Little Tokyo and they want to go bowling is to go here in Little Tokyo. It's a beautiful $6 million facility that is really state-of-the-art and very fun to play at.
Exactly. Now, right now, I believe you're watching a karate demonstration. These young kids demonstration, and what a sight.
Disciplined and in the judo, and they practice and also compete is really contribute to their development of good manners, respect, and understanding culture here, the Japanese culture.
Exactly. I've always admired martial arts. It truly is an art form. It's not just a sport, but it is an art form. And to watch some of these young people learn this discipline is inspirational. I do see one of our good friends, Art Ishii, making his way down the route. And I believe we have Erica standing by with a guest with her. Erica, who do you have with you?
Well, we've got some spectators here of the Nisei Week Parade. I'm going to have them introduce themselves. Hi, I'm Catherine.
Me is Kai.
Kai.
Ryota.
Ryota.
Sakura.
And is this your first time at the Nisei Week Festival?
Yes.
Can you tell us about your experience so far?
We like the parade a lot. We've been here ever since it started.
Like parade, we stay here. It's good.
As somebody who's Hapa myself, I'd love to hear about, how did you two meet?
We met in Hiroshima. I was an exchange student for a year.
That's amazing. And then you moved back to LA, or are you just visiting?
Oh, we moved back here and brought him over and started a family.
All right. And then how about you? What's your favorite part of the festival?
I choose festival is
You eat something? You eat yogurt?
eat and
Drink something.
drink and bubbles and play. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much for giving us your perspective on the festival. We hope to see you come back every year.
Great, thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. What a lovely family. It's always nice to hear when people are coming here for the first time to experience Nisei Week. And we hope that for all of you who are experiencing it at home, if you haven't had that chance to experience it live here in Little Tokyo, if you come and visit us, Nisei Week is not just one weekend. It's actually 2 weekends of activities, actually a full week of 9 days of activities, luncheons, award dinners. As we mentioned earlier, the Queen and Court. We have closing ceremony in Ondo, a taiko gathering, activities here at the JACCC right behind us, and of course the Japanese American National Museum, everywhere in Little Tokyo. Now it looks like we have the Japanese American Citizens League making their way down. And I noticed that is the executive director, Stephanie Nitahara. She's the regional director, including staff members Nancy Takayama and Tracy Ishigo. Appearing for the second year, the Japanese American Citizens League Pacific Southwest District is comprised of 30 JACL chapters in Southern California, Arizona, Nevada, and New Mexico. Stephanie is the regional director, and she is actually fairly new to Southern California, and she has been already doing quite a bit of volunteering. And I believe we have Erica standing by with an interview. Erica, who do you have with you?
As you keep it still, you're going to pull it up so that this kind of floats. You don't want this to move. Then right after that.
All right. Looks so easy. I bet I can do it.
Okay.
I was really close. I'm going to try that again.
It takes a lot of practice. Yeah, no worries.
Well, I think...
Definitely it's like a squat workout.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, you've been doing your squats in order to learn this?
Yep, to do like a bunch of tricks. You can do a bunch of balance.
Well, this is very difficult, and I'm very impressed that you're able to do this.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for letting me play with you.
Yeah, no worries. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, that was Erica trying her hand at kendama. Very popular right now. In fact, I have a couple of nephews in Hawaii who love kendama. It's very, have you tried it, Terry?
I've tried it and haven't done it very, very well.
Not very easy indeed. All right, coming up next, I believe, after the kendama will be the Chikara Daiko, part of the Centenary United Methodist Church, making their way down. Oh, look how talented this young man is, though, with this kendama. That's amazing.
And following him, Helen, is the anime Jungo decorated Itasha cars.
Oh, wow.
Literally, which means painful cars, is a Japanese term for a otaku fad of individuals decorating the bodies of their cars with fictional characters of anime, manga, and video games. These characters are predominantly cute females. The decorations usually involve paint schemes and stickers. The cars are seen predominantly in places such as Akihabara, and in Tokyo, Nipponbashi in Osaka, or Oshu in Nagoya as well.
That's a mouthful, Terry.
It is.
Very difficult. Now, following them, I believe we do have the cosplayers coming down, making their way. And I will say, the cosplayers here in Little Tokyo, I've seen them quite regularly, and I think they just add so much color, character, flavor to our community. And it's a joy watching them walk around. They're very dedicated, and they're very much into what they are doing. It's fun.
It's fun, and we're honored to have them join us year after year as part of the Little Tokyo festivities. and part of the Little Tokyo Grand Parade, I think they have a wonderful time and they always look forward to participating.
I agree with you. Now, Terry, do you think you would ever dress up in cosplay?
I don't know, but what's following those individuals and this particular individual with the white lion face, I might be able to wear something like that. What do you think, Helen?
I think so. You know, they do say you're a lion of a man, Terry. Well, this is very impressive. Again, once again, having the cosplayers here is just a thrill. As I said earlier, they bring so much character, color, and flavor to our community. And I know that everyone here enjoys seeing them walk around and really get into character. This is all part of Anime Jungle, one of the one of the businesses here. And they have been getting very involved in our Little Tokyo community. So it's been great seeing them not only participate in Nisei Week, but get involved with this community. And again, Little Tokyo continues to grow and thrive because of these individuals, these businesses, these community organizations that give back.
You know, one thing I want to mention too, for the guests that are watching you here on stage, what about your outfit? Your outfit that you're wearing today? And
well, Terry, I have to say that I am wearing Uniqlo. Ooh, Unique. I know they weren't cheering for me, but I'm going to take it. Uniqlo has graciously donated the outfits that Erica and I and you are wearing today. So under his hoppy coat is an outfit from Uniqlo. And I have to say, Terry, you look pretty hip and up to date and modern.
Thank you, Helen. We're very appreciative of Uniqlo for their support and allowing us to wear the outfits and also let people know that it's a place for them to go and shop and find a variety of different wear for men and women.
All right. And now we're going to go back to Erica, who's standing by. Erica, who are you with?
Well, I'm with the giant group of cosplayers here in Little Tokyo. Let's pick one out and let's figure out, you know, who are they dressed as? How did they make their costume? How about this one right over here? Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Who are you dressed as today?
I'm dressed as Altair from the game Assassin's Creed.
Oh, very cool. Assassin's Creed is a cool game. I'm more of a MOBA player myself.
Well, MOBA player games are awesome in my opinion, but you know.
Alright, well, can you tell us how long it took you to make this costume?
Procrastination, probably about a year. In total, maybe about 3 or so months worth of props and stuff. Yeah, they're all functional.
Alright, very cool. Well, we've got to let you guys keep moving, but thanks for talking to us.
No worries.
Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Once again, our cosplayers here in Little Tokyo. I'm so impressed with the costumes. I forget that they actually make them themselves, Terry.
It's wonderful, and we're always happy to have them join us here in the parade of the Nisei Week Grand Parade year after year. And every year, there's the costumes and the creativity is very unique and it's very special. And I think they always look forward to participating in this parade to wear their own costumes that they've created on their own.
Exactly. Now, earlier we mentioned that behind them is Chikara Daiko Centenary United Methodist Church. They are located here in Little Tokyo and started in 1996 under the tutelage of Kinnara Taiko and are one of the first Christian-based taiko ensembles. They were formed to celebrate the church's centennial celebration. Once again, Terry, a great example of how popular taiko has become, that it's gone beyond the temples here in Little Tokyo, but to a Christian-based church is really wonderful, isn't it?
Yes, Helen. And so, again, a perfect example how there are no boundaries when it comes to cultural type of exchanges or learning of one's culture, and it's not strictly based on religion or any parameters, but a unique of community getting together, of learning, in this case, Japanese culture.
Exactly. It's that shared tradition and willing to do something different and have fun with it. Centenary United Methodist Church also has their own obon, and obons are traditionally done by temples. And so once again, it's that tradition of bringing community together and really enjoying one another and continuing tradition like Nisei Week. And that legacy is just great. And as we look at Chikara Daiko, we're going to go to commercial, and we'll see you back after a few messages once again.
もやしはやっぱり富士ナチュラルフーズよね。経済的で栄養満点、しかも美味しいの。もやしって魔法の野菜みたいよね。富士ナチュラルフーズは毎朝取りたてのもやしを出荷しているの。ちょっと待って、もやしを入れるだけでお食事がもっと楽しくなるのよ。もやしはやっぱり富士ナチュラルフーズ。
ゼログラビティ角度、筋肉が最もリラックスするこのポジションで全身をマッサージ。レガシーマッサージラウンジャーは長いもみ玉レールでお尻までしっかりもみほぐします。アンチエイジングポジションと足裏マッサージで血行を促進。さらにストレッチ機能で背骨の間を開き腰痛を和らげます。ゼログラビティの安らぎ、台場レガシーマッサージラウンジャー。
This portion of the program was brought to you by Fuji Natural Foods, US Jacqueline、グローバルサービスを提供するスクワイア・パットン・ボグズ法律事務所、ミューチュアルトレーディング、共同貿易、気合と真心を込めて新選組レストラングループ。
Welcome back, and now you see the Awa Odori, Tokushima-ren, and Awako-ren, and we're going to go straight to Erica to see what she's doing. Erica!
Just trying to keep up here.
Telling Terry that I tried doing that for just a couple of seconds and I was tired. You look great, Erica. All right, this is, again, Awa Odori Tokushima-ren and Awako-ren that you just saw walking by. Another popular group here for the Nisei Week Japanese Festival Parade. You know, it's getting dark. I'm getting excited, Terry. I know we still have a little bit of time, but that Nebuta float is going to be making its way down here, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, but before we get there, the Montebello Ashiya Sister City program, the Montebello Ashiya Sister City program agreement was signed in 1961, and in 1964, the Student Ambassador Exchange Program was established. 2015 marks the 51st anniversary of the program since its inception. Over 200 students have been exchanged. In 2015, Ashiya ambassadors are Ms. Rina Kon, Mr. Sosuke Kawakami, both high school students from Asahi, Japan. The Montebello ambassadors are Ms. Stephanie Gonzalez and Mr. Christian Herrera, and the Montebello host ambassadors are Lily Perales and Isaiah Media. We welcome to the Nisei Week Grand Parade.
Exactly. Now, immediately following them is the 2014 Nisei Week Queen and Court, Tori Nishinaka Leon, Lindsay Emiko Sugimoto, First Princess, Ashley Akemi Arikawa, Miss Tomodachi, Tiffany Akemi Hashimoto, Princess, Melissa Sayuri Kozono, Princess, Dominique Ariadne Mashburn, Princess, and of course, once again, the Queen was Tori Nishinaka Leon. There they are in the picture. What a wonderful group of young women who represented Nisei Week, the Southern California Japanese American community in Japan, Hawaii, San Francisco. Truly, I was so impressed with these young women. I think the community embraced them, loved them, and really, I think we're impressed by what they brought to their organizations, whether it was a community event, from selling raffle tickets to welcoming VIPs and greeting guests. These young women really showed what it meant to be part of Nisei Week, what it means to be a court, and what it means to be ambassadors of our Japanese American community.
Yes, Helen, we truly are honored and indebted to their community work and their service that they gave to us this past year of reigning court of 2014. They represented Nisei Week and the Japanese American community in over 256 different events that they went ahead and visited to represent. Great ambassadors, great young ladies, and we are very thankful for their service that they gave to Little Tokyo and the community this past year.
Exactly. Terry, you know, of course, I've had the pleasure and the honor of working with these young women this past year. And it's so yes, it's so nice to be loved by these young women who, once again, represented our community with such beauty and grace. And we can't thank them enough, once again, for being our great ambassadors. Terry, as we take a look at the Nisei Week Court once again, making their way down, I'm reminded again of this wonderful tradition, the Nisei Week Japanese Festival, in its 75th year. You being president this year, many presidents before you, many hardworking volunteers. When you think about that, what's one of the first things that kind of rings to you or kind of comes from your heart? What makes you think about Nisei Week in that way?
Well, being part and involved in Nisei Week for the past few years and seeing the amount of effort and time that goes in putting together an event for a community event, the hundreds and hundreds of hours, the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, really warms your heart. And I don't think I have seen something so similar where you have the community comes together in a way that we do, that we are all volunteer foundation, putting on the coronation, putting on the festival here, the parade, all done by volunteers, and it brings your heart to that gaman, the perseverance, and all the challenges it takes, because it is a coordinated effort. It doesn't happen overnight, because all the volunteers that come together help make this happen, help make Nisei Week what it is today. And we are very, very grateful for the community spirit that comes year after year and throughout the year in putting this activity and this event together. It's very, very special, and we have been doing it now for 75 years.
That's right, Terry. And as we go back to our monitors, we're looking at the Little Tokyo Historical Society celebrating 130 years. This is President Mike Okamura, as well as founder Bill Watanabe and board member Yukio Kawaratani in the car, followed by the members. They help lead the organization, which is dedicated to preserving the history and heritage of Little Tokyo, a history that began here in 1884. Even with blatant anti-Asian discrimination, forced removal during World War II, and urban development and gentrification, Little Tokyo continues to thrive today and into the future, and this group is dedicated to keep the Nikkei story alive. And that is so important. Make sure that we don't forget what has come before us, what is here today, and our responsibility for the future. I'm really starting to get excited, Terry, because I believe the Nebuta is going to be making its way. Is that correct?
That's correct, Helen. The Nebuta Festival in Nisei Week started in 2007 as the first performance of the Nebuta in mainland USA. The festival has continued and become an indispensable part of the parade. It is a collaboration of world-famous Japanese festival and the Japanese American Nisei Week Festival. Every year, over 100 participants and volunteers fills up the streets of Little Tokyo and participates in the parade with the Nebuta float. However, to celebrate the 75th anniversary of Nisei Week, more than 200 people are joining the special Nebuta parade of this year in the parade here at Nisei Week. Include is the mayor of Aomori City, a Nebuta master, the gentleman who designed the Nebuta float, Hiro Takanami. We are honored to have him again. He is the individual, Helen, that designed the 2007 Nebuta float.
That's right. And now the front of the parade is being led by Takahari Chochin, or the high lanterns. They refer to the starting point of the parade. And I am just getting chills because we can see from here as it's making its way down. Now there's going to be a few groups before the Nebuta makes its way. So followed by the Chochin Mochi, or the lantern team. There's going to be leaders of the parade, and these are usually consistent of VIPs who will be part of that delegation. Terry, this has been years in the making. We of course saw the first one in 2007, and then of course we're seeing it again this year. But this year was a little special. The Nebuta float was designed in Japan, and it was brought here. But this time we had members of our community actually help with that process of building and painting. Am I correct?
That's correct. We talk about the community spirit, people coming together, and when the Nebuta float for this year came from Japan, it wasn't completed, but it was completed here and constructed here in Los Angeles, and I think that's the first time, along with the artist and his staff and his support. But what's more important is that the community became involved and learned how to create and paint and actually put these special papers on these structures itself. The Nebuta float, for those that are watching, have to know that there is not a blueprint for this float at all. There is no blueprint but the creativity of the artist, in this case Takanami-san, who has created the image of the Nebuta float for all of us to enjoy. And then once the wire sculpture is applied, then the special paper are glued on to all the square areas of the sculpture itself. And then the artist comes back and paints the beautiful float in the color that you see. And this year is very special in that it is using not only incandescent bulbs, but it is lit by LED lights.
I'm getting very emotional as I'm watching this on the monitor, but we do have to remind everybody that in 2000, when the Nebuta made its debut, the people were so enthralled and thrilled by what they saw that they decided they wanted to continue the tradition. Now, not to this scale, but the spirit of that Nebuta float and the people of Aomori carried on, and we had groups that still continue to make children's Nebuta, and I believe LA elementary school students participated in that. So this really shows you how when you share something with a community, a particular tradition or any tradition, the effect that it can have on individuals and a community is just tremendous. And again, I'm getting very emotional, Terry, because I am just amazed at what I'm watching right now. This is all about bringing communities together. This is the way to celebrate the 75th annual Nisei Week Japanese Festival. The Nebuta is absolutely beautiful. So as we mentioned, the Takahari Chochin, or the high lanterns, are the front of the parade, and they are followed by the Chochin Mochi, or the lantern team. Following them is the Jopparitai, or Joppari means hard-working people in Tsugaru dialect. And this is a team of individuals that will be making their way. They are individuals with disabilities and their supporters. So we're going to see something very special this year. The excitement and the joy of Nebuta should be shared by everybody and anybody who wants to participate. As we said earlier, we had the community participate in the painting and really building a portion of that Nebuta. And as it makes its way down, you can just see the beauty of that artwork. And not only is the Nebuta beautiful, it is being pushed and pulled by many volunteers. That is not being pulled by motorcade or by cars. This Nebuta is being actually carried by people. Am I correct, Terry?
That's correct. It is on a trailer, but it's taking at least 32 individuals to help dance the float down the streets here in Little Tokyo. It's a coordinated effort. There's a leader of the group itself, and there is a group that's underneath the float dancing through the streets of Little Tokyo. You can just hear the music and the dancing. You can just feel it, Helen, that the streets are coming alive with the Nebuta coming down here on 2nd Street, approaching us very, very shortly.
It's getting louder and louder, and we just have to say that this 18-foot high Nebuta float is especially made for this year's parade. We mentioned the designer, Hiro Takemani, and it was finished by the LA Volunteers. But this Nebuta is of Yoshitsune, a character from the tale of Genji. Now this character crosses the Tsugaru Kaikyo from Aomori to Hokkaido after defeated at the Battle of Koromoro River in 1189. And we're going to go right to Mariko Olsen. Erica, how are you doing over there?
Oh, we're doing great. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Andy, and I am from Los Angeles Elementary.
How old are you, Andy?
I'm 11.
And what grade is that?
Right now I'm in 6th, but my old school was Los Angeles Elementary, so then I participated in this march.
Also, you've done this before?
No, it's my first time, but I really like it.
Oh, do you think you'll come back and do it again?
Yes.
Did you have to learn a dance?
Yes.
And then what's that you've got in your hand?
It's a lamp that has some pictures of Japan that like gods they believe in.
All right, that's awesome. And so do you think that in the future you might want to go to Japan?
Yes.
That sounds awesome. Well, I'll let you keep up with your friends.
Okay, thank you.
Back to you, Helen.
Thank you, Erica. Once again, that was a student from LA Elementary School. And as you can see, the Nebuta has really been a great tradition, not just for our Japanese American community, but across. Exactly. Yes. It's so evident. And LA Elementary, I believe, has participated for several years after the first Nebuta. So as I mentioned, this Nebuta that's making its way down is Yoshitsune. Has been a long popular figure in Japanese literature. I believe this is the children's Nebuta on the monitor. There we go. There's our LA Elementary School students participating with their lanterns and their children's Nebuta. As you can see, the fish kind of making their way across the sea of children. Wow, Terry. Seeing it up close is just amazing. But I'm sure everyone at home is getting a great view as well.
Well, I want to go out there and dance, Helen. What about you?
I do too. But unfortunately, we have to stay here and let our audience know what a beautiful sight this is.
Well, back in 2007, I had the honor of being able to put on the costumes and the dance costumes and dance with the Nebuta in 2007. It's bringing back memories that I remember that it's been so special in my heart to participate in an exciting event like this for this year.
Exactly. Now earlier we saw the Haneto dancers. These are the jumping dancers, and we're going to see them in just a moment. And they wear this beautiful, colorful yukata, something you wore, beautiful hats and lots of bells all around their yukata. And if you pick one up, the bell, if it falls on the street and you pick it up, it's supposed to bring you good luck. So believe you me, I'm going to look for some bells. What about you, Terry?
Oh my gosh, this is just fantastic. Look at this float as it spins around 2nd Street.
Now we have about 20 dancers from Japan who are participating with our local dancers. Again, just wonderful to see community come together.
I had the opportunity to talk to Takanami-san as to why he selected this particular general for the design of the float. And he was saying that this general was had traveled from one part of Japan to the other, and in doing so had to cross a strait to get to that point of destination. And that destination was on 3 dragons, in which one of them eventually turned to a horse. In this design here, this Nebuta float coming from Japan, crossing the Pacific Ocean, and coming to Los Angeles, he believed reflects that travel. The general of the samurai crossing the Pacific Ocean to reach another destination, again, bringing together and bonding that relationship ever more so between Japan and the United States. We are so honored to have the Nebuta float here in Los Angeles at the 75th Annual Nisei Week Grand Parade here in Little Tokyo.
Oh my gosh, Terry, I'm trying to take pictures as you're talking because it is literally right in front of us. Once again, This is, the Nebuta is the Yoshitsune character from the Tale of Genji. And the Tale of Genji. And of course, this character crosses the Tsugaru Kaikyo from Aomori to Hokkaido. And after the defeated at the Battle of Horomo River in 1189, wow, I am simply overwhelmed and just, oh my gosh, this is just so beautiful,
I
Terry.
am speechless. Look how beautiful this is. The LED lights, the colors, the horse, the samurai, and the sword, all lit up for all of us to see, dancing in the streets here of Little Tokyo. The crowd is just elated. It is truly a very special moment for all of us here in Los Angeles. And we thank the artist Takanami-san for creating such a beautiful piece of art to enjoy here in LA.
Exactly. Now, the tail of the parade is Ohayashi Troupe, which is composed of flute players, taiko drummers, and small cymbal players. Terry, the energy here is just indescribable. Everybody around us, whether they're in the parade or whether they are spectators, it is just amazing. I can't even think of the words, but it is beautiful, it's wonderful, it's almost once in a lifetime.
Absolutely. And you can just feel the pounding of the drums, the beating of the drums in your chest, coming to and having everybody experience this Nebuta float here dancing in the streets of Little Tokyo.
Absolutely beautiful, absolutely thrilling, absolutely unforgettable. Again, another great example of what it means to be part of a community that comes together to not only put together a great tradition called the Nisei Week Japanese Festival, but to bring the Nebuta. Congratulations, Terry. As Nisei Week Foundation president, you should be very proud of this amazing event. You know, this parade could not have happened without the great crew of UTB 18.2, this wonderful group of hosts, Terry Hara, and of course our street reporter, Erica Mariko Olsen. We want to thank all of you for joining us here in Little Tokyo, live on UTB 18.2, the 75th annual Nisei Week Japanese Festival Grand Parade, a great tradition. I think I'm going to start crying because this tradition continues to be a wonderful tradition here in Little Tokyo, and as we're able to share it with Southern California, we couldn't be more proud. We also want to thank everybody for joining us here. We want to thank the hundreds of volunteers. We also want to thank all of you for being here. Now, Terry and Erica, once again, we did another live broadcast. We had a lot of fun. What is one of the most memorable moments besides the Nebuta for you today?
Being here with you and Erica, always. It's always an honor. It's always an honor to share the stage with you and to do this live broadcast. And I want to thank also UTB for allowing us to broadcast, to showcase the Nisei Week, the Japanese and Japanese American Festival, and the culture. And the Nebuta was a perfect example of the community spirit that we talked about so much throughout the course of this evening, to share with the community and everyone about the Nebuta float and the beauty it brings, and just the wonderful feeling that one gets that's you can't explain.
No.
The true spirit of being here and seeing that float come by, I would like to see it again.
I know, it was just incredible. And Erica, of course, you saw the Nebuta float, but you also got to participate in different things from kendama to dancing. What is your most memorable moment tonight?
Well, for myself, my favorite part is being able to just be in the middle of it, really feeling the energy, talking to people from all over the world. My favorite part is really we have this opportunity to bring people from all over the world to take part in our community activities, learn a little bit about us, learn about our traditions, and learn about our pop culture as well. So for me, it's getting everybody into one place and it being a really educational experience for everybody.
That's absolutely true. Now, we mentioned earlier that this is just the first weekend of Nisei Week. The 75th annual Nisei Week Japanese Festival continues all throughout the week and closes with our closing ceremony at Ondo next Sunday. But in addition to that, we also have the Daily Foods Gyoza Eating Championship on Saturday, August 22nd, here at JACCC right behind us. And I believe Joey Chestnut and the other young man, Matt Stoney, will be coming back to compete. That's going to be very exciting. Now, Terry, are you going to participate in the gyoza eating contest this year?
I don't know. I mean, we did. And we did as a fun competition to participate in the gyoza eating pre-show, I would say. It was LAPD versus the Los Angeles City Fire Department. And I will say that we lost by only 19. And we're going to go ahead and do our best so that we beat LAFD this year at the gyoza. So you should come out and watch all the festivities. I mean, to know that to eat the gyoza in 10 minutes, do you know how much last year that the winning individual ate gyoza in 10 minutes? What do you think was the total amount?
I'm going to guess maybe a couple of hundred?
No, a little bit higher.
300.
284.
Oh my gosh.
In 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes. Now, these are pros. These are professional eaters. We're not talking about amateurs. We're not talking about LA City Fire Department or LAPD. We are talking about professional eaters. It is a sight to see. In addition to that, we, of course, have the awards dinner on Monday night and our Pioneer Luncheon on Wednesday afternoon, where we honor the many, many honorees that we saw in our parade today, from individuals like Roy Yamaguchi and Kenny Endo to sponsoring organizations that have been with Nisei Week for many, many years. In fact, one of them, West LA JCL, Venice Japanese Community Center, has been sending representatives for 60 years. So again, this is just a great, great tradition. I want to thank once again my co-host Terry Hara and our street reporter Erica Maripo Olsen. My name is Helen Ota. We had a great time here broadcasting the 75th annual Nisei Week Grand Parade live on UTB 18.2. We hope to see you again next year, and we hope to see everyone here all week next weekend celebrating this wonderful tradition as the legacy continues. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.